would say it was a good one.
Okay.
Give or take at the end of the week.
I know you've been doing some work on the farm. How's that going?
Going good. You have a little challenge here and there, but at the end of it, it is satisfying. I'm getting there.
All right. Oh, just to let folks know that your boy wouldn't be here this morning.
So, Pierre.
No, your usual companion.
Oh, the Igwe?
Yeah, he wouldn't be here this morning. I think you have an excuse for it.
You see, this morning wake up and he was not feeling 100, man. Going to the Pakistan, not 100, so he decided to take some rest.
Okay.
So we back to basics with Andre at the controls.
Again, you see? Again, you bring me down.
No, I don't bring you down.
Basics is right down.
Foundation.
Yeah, but that is more down.
Foundation.
More down.
And without foundation, the building go crumble.
I don't know.
Foundation.
That's just how you look like you.
And just like when I talk about Forerunner, you invoke or you make reference to the book, and the book makes reference to the foundation. So
okay, I want to give you a challenge.
Don't want to.
I am going to give you a challenge, and here's what my challenge is. With all that has been said, foundation, forerunner, and everything like that,
yes,
tie that into a part of your subject matter for this morning.
The performance of this present administration.
I'm listening.
Have no foundation, and there is no runner, no precursor to what is happening, because what is happening in this country is deliberate. There was one time I used to say they don't know, but they very well know it is done deliberate to ostracize, to weaken, because the whole mantra about NNP dead. So they want to ensure that they do it psychologically and otherwise to ensure that NNP don't rise again. But what they do in opposite to what they want, they energizing the NNP and the NNP base.
Only brilliant guys can do that.
I'm at my best when I think on my feet, Andre.
Only brilliant guys can do that. Well, you're at your best when I'm around you.
Yes. Radio. Because remember on radio, you what teach me everything I know. But you don't coach me and let me go. If ever you have banned on, go be able to wrangle and thing with me. Okay, you're giving me all the tools necessary. I don't know. Like you want to make me the best student you had. I find you're giving me a lot. And the thing about it, Andre, as we speaking about that now, when you went away last year,
and also this year,
and you threw me in at the deep end. When you give me the information, and Carl, I'll be out for some time, and I want you to steer the ship. I want you to ride the horse. Yes. Even I had my doubts, you know. Mm-hmm. I say, boy, the man just threw me in at the deep end. What I remember from me one time, because a lot of fellas would want to swim in the Riverside area because we used to go in the lake, and you used to just throw them in the water, and they had to make it. And with that, I don't know if you thought of it then, because you're the guru, you're subtle ways you do things subtle. I don't know if it was your subtle way of testing because I teach him enough. Let me see how you go. I thought from reports from persons who listen that maybe I had a passing grade in terms of everything, and as you continue to give me more, it's something. So, real Xpressions for Friday the 23rd of March 2023, Andre, the Xtention. And remember, we were here a couple times on radio, Andre, during the week, and then we see why a lot of people keep telling us, but the thing too short, an hour and a half too short, and then we say, okay, what about the Xtention? And so the Xtention was born, you know. The Xtention was like how people Tom Calypso, you know, to give praise to society and cut it down when it's going wrong. That's the intention of the Xtention. When people do good, we say they do very well. When the thing, one shitty fan, we say so because Grenada is our constituency, Andre Donna. A real FM happens to be the parliament, which we take seriously. And we on those programs, The Real Expression programs, which include all programs on Real Expressions, and Sunday Independent Talk happen to be the spokes or the messenger programs. And we come to blessed by the Ancient of Days despite our chat on. Because the crucibles we will be tested, and for us to testify on it. So when the only test comes to us, what do you think? Because Matthew 7:7, and here how the word tie into all the discussion we had. You might not believe, And I wrote that since last night, so it was nothing planned. Ask, and it shall be given you. Seek, and it shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you. Matthew 7:7. So you see the precursor, the forerunner, and everything, how it comes back to the whole thing. So this morning, Dre, is the intention on the Xtention to speak a bit on the data legislation, the 150 removal, corruption, whether perceived or real, victimization as it continues, the RGPF, cost of living, we try to touch on Grenlec, water, goods, transformation. Because transformation is something you hear, everything is being transformed now. If you take out a Tupitia in the Lagoon Road, it transform. If you take out a Tupitia on Wall Street, it transform. So, in discussion with many persons, I came to the conclusion, Andre, that transformation is when you oppose something in opposition. Then when you get government, you say it's yours. That transformation, like the Monkuma Road, which they're opening today. So they go claim that one as theirs. They go say only 9 months we come and we build a road. Because that is the hallmark of this administration. And in the program today, we go touch a little bit on the WASH program, because you mentioned the WASH program when we were saying last Friday. Eh? You spoke of that program. And it's interesting, we have a particular excerpt where persons was talking about this WASH program since 2019, 2015, and 2021 before now. So this WASH program, Andre, is not a new program. Now, Andre, the legislation, as my good friend Kennedy Boodlal in our conversation, he says, well, what legislation is this? No. This present administration, Andre, is not being straight with the people and will endeavor to play a particular clip so that persons could understand what we're talking about. And it is, I don't know if it's by coincidence, Andre, or if it's by design. The political leader, which is the Prime Minister of the National Democratic Congress, and the deputy political leader, Mr. Joseph Andal, in the parliament sitting, misled the nation by telling the nation it was an NNP bill. And the Prime Minister, in a very harsh tone, all your bill. And then we found Mr. Andal say every comma, every semicolon and so on was NNP. And then we sat and we, persons of like minds that we know, we knew then that was not so. But the Attorney General on the Heartbeat program, Andre, said we dabble in the thing, We fix, we include, we take out, we contrive, going totally contrary to what the Prime Minister and the deputy political leader of the National Congress, Democratic Congress, was telling the Grenadian public. In discussion in Parliament, and we have those clips, you also heard the representative for St. John's. She said, I don't know about law. I don't have no training. But she became she don't know about law and training, but she became an expert on legislation and talking about sinister move. And then you hear learned persons like Dr. Alexis, QC, Ruggles Ferguson, Casey, and the president of the Bar Association had their doubts and issues with the same legislation. So, are we to believe from the representative of St. John's, I think it's Miss Kieran James or whatsoever, that Dr. Alexis was sinister, that Mr. Ruggles Ferguson had sinister moves, and that the president of the Bar Association had sinister moves where it is concerned? Because the Prime Minister and the deputy political leader of the National Democratic lied to the people and saying it was an NNP bill. Only when we delve into it, and at that same sitting, the Honorable Peter David indicated that since he was around in the National Democratic Congress, that bill was around. So that is why I say, Andre, one time I used to say they don't know, but we passed that say they know very well, and they continue to mislead. They continue to bring on truth. The truth abideth not, and I like how the union they put it, manifestly certified false. Still, even in the House of Parliament, So that is why we have to come on the real FM Parliament and give the people undiluted information. And every time we come here, Andre Donald, I want them to test, do facts check of what we see. Because we don't cock and bull and no garbage thing. We speak the facts, Andre. They just vex. But we want them to challenge. I tell them any Saturday, downstairs Real FM, come let we discuss. Come with facts that is different to us. Because this government is not about the greater good for the greater number. It's about the greater good for some. And we'll continue to expose it here on this parliament, Andre Donald.
If you continue to call my name, I'll leave in here without name today.
Well,
call it.
It is yours.
Call it out. And good morning. Excuse me. Why am I? Yeah, you guys dragged me out of bed in the car. That's what's happening here. Trying to fix the truth. Nonetheless. So good morning to all the lovely people listening. I maybe wouldn't have the chance to name you one by one, but I respect the fact that you're listening. And I'm really, really happy that you've made Real FM your choice. We've got a caller. Are you ready to take your calls?
Yes, yes.
Good morning. Hi.
Good morning to Mr. Andrew Donald and good morning to Mr. Carl Caton. A very nice note to start off on, where you got some praise from Mr. And you, Mr. Carl, got some praise, well-deserved praise. I think you admit that you were trained under Mr. Andre Donald, and I think you deserve it. You have learned from it. You pass on information that is relevantly and with facts. And you have grown in radio. I could tell you that. That's up to you. So if at all you have trained students, you can consider yourself one of the students that have been trained and have taken up your training. I too support just what you're saying there. There seems to be something wrong with the intelligence of the members of the to some extent. Because here is the president of the Bar Association saying that they have never seen this bill before, and normally it is fitting that they pass the bill through the Law Association, and they didn't see it. Two, he actually point out a series of things that he see as wrong. Plus, you see there are more in it that they see. Telling the as a bar, not as he president of the bar, but as a bar, because I think they say there are about 40 persons there, and lawyers there. So as he, as a bar, seen what was sent to people to work on was was not in favor of the Bar Association, individual lawyers, and citizens of Grenada. And we heard I heard a taping where the gentleman responsible for St. Andrews, one is there, Mr. Andrews, stating that the bill have to be rushed through, have to be dealt with at this time because they're going to lose thousands of dollars. That is earmarked for Grenada. So in other words, you're telling us whether we study, whether we do it well, let us make sure that we get these monies. So something is wrong. Something is wrong. And I think what you need to do now is to see if you could capture some of the NMP politicians or representatives to come in the air and give their piece of it. As they give in the parliament, then other people may not afford them. But let them come and give their piece on it to see how they feel. Because there are people that speak on the bill and to me they don't understand what they say. They just praise everything. Call people all kind of funny names and praise everything. So you are not totally right. And I don't always believe everything that the other party, the NMP, did. But here is the NMP didn't say to done with the bill or to abandon the bill. They say let us hold back the bill a little and have more discussion on it. And the Prime Minister was very arrogant on that. Let us hold back the bill and have discussion. Now you're going to the nation with the Senate tomorrow, next week. And here is, you have in front of you a series of questions that is being asked by the Bar Association. So who is fooling who? If the bar tell you hold it back, if the opposition leader tell you hold it back, if members of the opposition say hold it back, and you are saying, for that matter, they move from the Prime Minister agree to move from 3 persons nominated to the Governor General. But he still come and tell you that the Governor General act on behalf of the Prime Minister. So you're going from a circle to a circle because the Governor General would not appoint people before the Prime Minister give their fitting on it. So it's a circle to a circle. And all that could have been avoided. I don't have any much understanding of the bill to that extent. I heard of parts of it. I'm not a law person and I have no thing. But a little bit of more consultation would not have hurt Grenada.
Yes, Cliff?
I just thought I wanted you to make that clear.
Okay.
Because I think that Mr. Callahan is doing a fairly good job, nice enough to educate people. But we need to hear the voices of the actual people, the actual persons in the parliament. We need to hear most of them.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Great. Good. Real 91.9, 91.5. Somebody sent me a message.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I can't play the song because the song is copyrighted.
Okay.
Right? So
What
I can't
song?
play it. But I can try to do so and do a kind of replica of it.
A cappella?
Well, a little piece, right? Nothing, and you will understand.
Yeah.
And the person said to me that you would laugh once I do a little bit of a cappella. You ready?
Yeah.
Big ship sailing on the ocean.
What, boy? That was it easy.
The person said you would laugh, and
Yeah.
the person is correct. Big ship
That
sailing
was
on
it
the ocean.
easy, man. That used to be
Ship sailing on the ocean.
when I was in the corridor, because I should say that I don't want to take so much credit, but I was in the estate one time in the corridors of Paul, and when I was ushered in the political thing, Big Sheep was the song by, and it used to give me a adrenaline rush. Yeah, Aldred, that was the days, eh? And in my quiet moments, I would lay on my bed and, those memories would come back to me, and I was like, damn, I've been around the world.
Yeah.
I've been to places I never thought I would have been.
And somebody else say you're bringing man down memory lane.
Yeah, boy. Yeah.
Any big trips in the ocean right now?
Nah. Not that I know of.
Okay.
Andre, the reason why I keep speaking on the legislation, Andre, one has to understand that there are certain parts in this legislation that is pushing the envelope to put it that way. You understand? On the borderline of the Constitution. Because when the representative from St. John says she have no legal thing, but yet still she knew about the bill, it left me to wonder. So I said, nah, let me hear it from the legal luminary. And I think Mr. Rogers Ferguson in yesterday or the day before had some account which I have to go back and listen in its totality. And it drew some serious parallels with this particular legislation as it applies in places like Antigua and certain section that was removed. But we still hang on to it here.
He did promise me that he'll come on a program with me. So I'm wondering now, would a morning...
You should bring him.
Yeah, he was off island. As a matter of fact, he was in India.
Yeah.
And then from India, he was in London for a bit. And then I think he was in another Caribbean island. I'm not even sure if that program that he did, I don't think he was home.
I'm not sure.
I don't think he was home. So as soon as he gets in and settles down, I will be having my discourse with him. I'm trying to figure out whether or not I should do it...
live or...
No, not live. Should I do it a morning program, or should I advertise it and let people know, okay, so fine, we're probably going to do an evening program which would give us more time.
Yeah.
And a lot more people might be relaxed and be at home and not
listen.
rushing to work.
Evening might be a better time.
So I'm thinking about, I'll probably do it an evening, maybe a Thursday evening.
Yep.
Yeah, Thursday evening. I'd do that. But you say you wanted to hear something that I have by Mr. Sylvester?
Yeah.
You want to hear that? Mm-hmm. Okay, great. Here we go.
Concerns regarding the bill, in particular, the role and the function of the authorized officers, and also the ambit via which authorized officers are circumscribed. So in other words, who are authorized officers? There are other sections of the bill that attorneys felt, for example, they are of the view that personal data, the definition for personal data should be expanded to include facial and other data-like features. Also, members had concerns in relation to the ambit of the execution of the warrant and whether or not that section is overbroad, and it could lead to constitutional breaches, and whether or not it should not be more restrictive. So we would forward to the Attorney General Chambers in short order what are the views. There is the formation of whatever commission that should be had pursuant to the Act. We would recommend that there should always be a legal person on that. And also, these acts should have statutory rules and regulations. They referred to as SRO. And even though the Act speak to regulations, there were no regulations that was passed or that form part of the Data Protection Act. And there are many acts many laws that is on the books that speak to regulations, and there are no regulations.
Here you have the president of the Bar Association, no PC lawyers to put it on. The Bar Association with the legal luminaries of this country. Because the representative for St. Mark's, Miss Kewin James, say, I don't know about law. But she so happened to know about the legislation and spoke in terms of the opposition being sinister. So the question is the Grenada Bar Association being sinister? Because see, these people are continuing to speak, Andre, and try to mislead people. So you hear it from an independent source, the president of the Bar Association. And what was instructive, Andre? He says most legislation, a copy or a draft does be passed to the Bar Association for their input. This one didn't happen so. It spoke about the statutory rules, SR and O, the regulations, and there's issues here. So it is not an opposition thing with concerns as it relates to this legislation, Andre. It is genuine concerns. And if in other jurisdictions, certain sections which was felt is pushing the envelope on the Constitution being removed, like in the Antigua legislation, why we here cannot take heed? But it's all about blaming the NNP, Andre. At the end of the day, it's blaming the NNP because that legislation was yours. The Prime Minister says it's yours. But if we have to agree for argument's sake with the Prime Minister, and the legislation was the NNP on, why not listen to the NNP on it? If you say anything is yours, well, listen counsel from them. No. And if Mr. Andal don't know, just keep your mouth shut. Every comma, sentence, semicolon is the NNP. And then you find the lady who would like to say that we keep it straight. The AG was on a Sunday program saying, no, we interfere with the thing. We try to fix, we put stamp on it. We put prints on it. She say that. So who lying? Either the AG don't speak in the truth, or the Prime Minister and the deputy political leader of the NDC not speaking the truth to the Ghanaian public. And by extension, they mislead the rest of them because they're speaking the same thing all around on them. And then you find Mr. Redhead. And will I take the call?
No, we don't have a call.
You find Mr. Redhead and them being so vocal on the bill and asking of person's qualification and such, which is sad. And then you realize the argument on the government side was weak, that they tried to go and use bring down the members on the opposition side. The language used in parliament and the speaker, he like Alice in Wonderland, like he letting a lot of things happen. And then the forerunner, they going to church and they go to church.
I just say this, and this one just came to mind. I know it happens because I've heard it time and time again. Whenever the representative for the St. Patrick West constituency
Speaks.
whenever he speaks, here's what, Carl. He tries his best to bring in comedy.
So you think on comedy then?
No, and I want you, Carl, honestly, go back to when they were campaigning. I want you to do that. Go back to when they were campaigning and listen, and you would hear.
Yeah, because one time he talk about the green liquor man, all kind of thing.
Listen to all his presentations in Parliament, and you would hear.
Is that an indication of his depth?
I don't know. He tries to bring comedy as if he is not certain of himself, so he wants people to laugh so he can slip in.
Slither in.
Or slither in. That's the correct word. So that he can slither in. And that is, I'm just sitting here, Carl, and as you speak, I'm thinking, but hold on, because he did the same thing when he made his presentation on the bill. He attempted to give a joke again. So he probably is the class clown.
Well, the joke is on him.
Oh no, man. That is interesting. Carl, get to work.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
so after all that has been said about the bill is NNPO and so on, but listen, what is very instructive here, you know. A senior government minister said the approval of the 2023 Data Protection Bill by members of both houses of parliament is required so that the ruling Deacon administration can enforce two projects that will see the injection of 24 million US dollars into the economy. And I quote the gentleman, we need this bill to be passed and to be in a place so that we can implement our big projects that we have for this country. And these projects have been supported by the Data Protection Bill. So, Andre, let me try to unpack that, you know. Because the political leader, the Prime Minister, the deputy political leader, Mr. Handel, say the bill is an NNP bill. Because, and Mr. Handel tried, as you say, try to bring, he say every comma, semicolon, in the legislation is the NNP on it. Okay, so, you see the NNP on. But the AG go on a Sunday program and say, why we interfere with the thing? So once you interfere with the thing, added to the fact, the Honorable Peter David says, since I was in NDC, that bill is there. So it show Mr. and so the AG and Mr. Peter David debunk what the Prime Minister and the Deputy Political Leader of the Congress saying about the bill here. So what they saying, they lie to say the bill is an NPP. But here, when the leader of His Majesty's opposition ask for division, Mr. Lennox Andrews say, yes, but with an explanation. But Alice in Wonderland, the speaker, he didn't want to hear no explanation. But is it a fact that it should abide in Mr. Lennox Andrew? So the reason for the passage or the hurry passage or the without consulting anybody is to access $24 million. Is that the real reason, Andre?
I don't know.
Because we yet to find out what is the hurriness about the bill. They're saying everything about the bill, NNP bill, sinister, stupid, don't know. But they're not telling us the real reason. What is Mr. Lennox Andrew is a man. You have a clip where you say we know how to find money. Don't worry, so is the bill a roadmap to finding 24 million US? So they have to do it now? Which brings me to the crux of the matter and a big question, Andre. Are we suffering from a cash flow problem, or this government is suffering from a cash flow problem? Because I always tell you about the language. You don't only listen to what people say, listen to the language. You see what? Listen to the language, you know. We need this bill to be passed and to be in place so that we can implement our big project that we have for this country. And these projects have to be supported by the Data Protection Bill. So all the songs and all the attempt to mislead the Ghanaian public, and they say fish just spoil from the head. The Prime Minister tried to do it. Deputy political, I don't know if he as you say, he might play into the audience and he trying to suck up because I don't know, he trying to suck up. And then Sister Claudette say, watch, we interfere with the thing.
We got a caller. Good morning.
Morning call.
Morning.
Yeah.
Carl.
Yeah. God send food.
How going on? You ever sit down and ask yourself why the Prime Minister didn't bring that bill to Parliament?
No.
He was there for how many years, and he never, even said they say in the bill is he bill. He never bring it to Parliament because there are other things in it what is against Grenada people. But the government come in office in 9 months, and they shove the bill in it, and which was for years, and they didn't pull a bill or not. So ask yourself why, Doc, don't bring that bill to Parliament.
And what is your opinion? Give me your opinion. Now you ask the question.
My opinion, the bill have too much of things, but against, to put pressure on us. So that's why you are slow in bringing that bill, because he see for himself that, remember that bill was since in NDC time, eh? And I hear a man say that bill hand down from some people from overseas, somebody or some kind of thing, that bill hand down to Grenada. And that bill has also passed. But if that bill was so important to us in Grenada, that could have passed already. That was there for how many years? Don't pass the bill. Because people only want one side of the bill. People only say protecting your data and everything. But other things in the bill what affecting us. But I hear people talking and say, bill good, the bill good. But yes, you have certain things in the bill what is okay to protect certain things, but the majority is not good for us. In the long run, the pressure going to fall on us with that bill. Bye, guys.
All right, one love.
Andre, as the caller, now the government side is saying the bill is good to protect your data. Well, listen this. The agents mentioned in the bill, Andre, the walls in to your place to see if they get the warrant based on reasonable information from the magistrate and take your device, your phone, your computer. But when they go to it, they're searching everything. So what's about your privacy?
It doesn't count.
So the agent could, the database to protect the privacy of your data only from you. But the agents could come and dabble in your thing. They could read all your messages.
So all my pictures.
Yes.
That I have.
Yes.
So next thing they see a picture that is
of their cousin.
No.
And added to that, these people have immunity against prosecution, so that means these people are above the law. So they could put out your information and nothing happen to them.
Yeah. Because they can get whatever information that you have on your device, whatever device is. You know, but here's what counts. What they've done now, and they have to understand that people try to be one step ahead. And what's going to happen now, I can happen. You want to know?
Tell me.
The people who have cloud storage available for sale
in the cloud
will start to make more money from Grenada because Grenadians are going to start storing their information in the cloud. So it's stored off island. You can take the device and go with it, but nothing is stored on the device. Everything is stored in the cloud. So you can't get it. So, hey, anyway, that be that. Wait, I'm hearing the voice of Mr. Sylvester clearly telling this administration there's a serious need of psychological evaluation. That's what somebody said.
Because Andre, you don't want to pass a bill, Andre, and at the end of the passage, you recognize there's too much concerns, and the legal people have the concerns. Dr. Francis Alexis has his concerns. The Bar Association, which is a battery of lawyers, have the concerns. Andre. Ruggles Ferguson has his concern. So it's not about a opposition or NNP concern. So to say one is a NNP bill, which is a lie. 2, every semicolon, every comma in the bill is LNP by Mr. And that is a lie. And there are genuine concerns. Because if you listen, Mr. Ferguson, there are certain sections in this bill which was not passed in a similar bill in Antigua. And why you giving a person immunity against prosecution? You know they go do wrong. Or that means you know you go direct them to do wrong because who pays the piper calls the tune? You don't know that bill is one you will try to use to go against your political opponents. So Andre Donald cannot say nothing on the radio. They just go run in the place and take a device on them. That's what they're aiming to do. That and only that they want to do.
Good morning. How you doing?
Hello, good morning, gentlemen.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, I'm saying that I must compliment the Bar Association, which is an independent body that, is discussing and talking about the bill. But I want to hear more of the independent bodies speaking about it. Also, what about the Media Association? Mr. Donald, do you hear that the Media Association will be having some consultation with the media people in this country discussing the same bill and bringing the legal minds for discussion? The Union Council or the different Public Workers Union or TAU or who bringing the same legal minds and other persons to discuss with the workers on the same bill. And even as Mr. Sylvester talked, look at what happened with Antigua. Even looking at the other countries who amended and removed certain aspects of the bill. Because this bill need a lot of talking, and that's what the opposition leader has been saying. You go to the first reading, you go to consultation, you meet all the different stakeholders. No, nothing is wrong in passing this bill, but we have to amend certain things in this bill. And the Grenadian people must not be denied of the rights. And look at what is going and look at what, and that is dictatorship. That is not reaching out and discussing with the people. Because the people want to know, the people want to be involved. And there are good Grenadians, like the Bar Association and others, want to get involved because of this, the good citizens they are in protecting the citizens of this country. So asking the government to have a conscience, and as they are about to go to the parliament again on Wednesday, listen, please listen. And I'm calling on the Media Association, and so I need to hear your voice. Even Mr. Andrew Donald, you call on them too.
Why?
And you all know well as a media person too.
Oh, really?
Let's meet and discuss. This is this is an advice. You don't have to take it. I only throw it out, okay?
No,
because
okay,
you are a prestigious man in Grenada. Have a good day, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was a big one. I'm a prestigious man.
Well,
I will not. I mean, I tell you honestly, yeah. I don't take part in the press conferences because I believe that there are persons in the media who need to be talking to other persons in the media and giving them guidelines, and they don't. You understand? They don't. I forever, and that forever I try to talk to the workers here and try to give them pointers of how to do different things. That's why when most of them, they leave here and they move on, wherever they go to work, the person or the company gets quality. The Media Workers Association, they cannot talk on this. Seriously. They cannot speak on this.
Por ejemplo, for example, i.e.
Callistra
Yeah.
is in bed with the government.
Eh?
Well, that's a fact. I mean, act like if you're surprised. Everybody knows that.
No.
They would say, and Callistra turn around and say, Andre is in bed with the opposition. So fine. So we get that out of the way.
Yeah.
Callistra is in bed with the government. Now tell me who else in the media association could speak. I challenge them. Speak to this. Tell me who else in the media association would have gone through that bill. Not for doing a news story, but gone through the bill, read the bill, and understood the bill, and understand what is happening. I tell you.
So the mouth zip?
Not intentionally, Carl. It's just that they can't. Callistra could, but she's in bed with the government. She is the only one, Carl Caton, to have gotten an interview. I saw she living in Tobago. She's the only one to have gotten an interview with the present Prime Minister. She must be living in the Labas. That is it. Labas is the place just so that train at the boat.
The Bocas.
Oh, the Bocas. Well, I don't know.
You see all water meeting up in the Bocas.
So she probably living in the Bocas. Seriously. It is Real. It's 91.9, 91.5, www.therealfmgrenada.com. 442-0175. That's a landline number. 442-0175. That is your WhatsApp number. You can add it to your phone anytime. That's 442-0175. So you can give us a call. And you will be able to make a contribution to whatever program that we're having here on Real FM Radio. It could be a program this afternoon that you're hearing, and for the first time, you wonder, hey, I want to make a contribution to that program. It could be a fun program. This one is really serious. Yeah, we deal with real serious issues on these programs. But it could be a fun program this afternoon, and you don't have to be struggling as to, what is that number for that station again? No, you got it in your WhatsApp. Please add it now, 442-0175. The likes, we're only at 35. We have over 200 people viewing, and we only have 35 likes. That is not good. Let me see you. How does Baby Daddy say it again? Hulk up the likes.
Hulk up the thing.
Hulk up the likes. Let me see.
Let it go like
Florida. Let me see what's gonna happen within the next 10 minutes. I'd like to see the likes above 50, and that's all we ask for. You're gonna say?
No,
you. No. I'm only here to touch the buttons this morning for you. That's why I came in to touch the buttons for you.
Yes.
Well, Carl. The government, here's what's going to happen. And the government will change a couple of things when the bill gets to the Senate.
Yeah.
They'll instruct their people to say we're going to make some changes.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Not preempting it. And there's a reason why I preempt, because when I preempt, they're going to say, nah, we ain't doing that again. Because Andre will look like a genius.
No, but
I'm telling you. They're going to make a couple of changes. And then they're going to say, you see, we listen. But you should have listened before and not get to that stage. Because when they send it back to you, meaning the Senate, which is the upper house, when they send it back to you, is a whole process you have to go through again.
Yeah.
And it will show in history that a bill did not pass. The Senate sent it back to you.
But
you don't want that.
Any amendments made in the Senate must go to the House of Representatives.
That's what I'm saying. It's going to go back to you. That's why I said it's going to go back to the Prime Minister. And they will have to go through it again and pass it.
With the amendments.
With the amendments.
But Andre, you don't give in yourself and Real FM enough credence. Now, most of the amendments attempted in the sitting of the House of Representatives was advocated on this parliament. The setting up of the commission and others. So that means they listen this parliament. So they go listen now what you say.
They might. I just want to say thanks to the people because, Carl, I said in 10 minutes I wanted to see from 35, I wanted to see 50.
Yeah.
Carl, we already have 58.
Well, then people are following your instructions. That mean you're doing thing?
No, I mean, come on. These are all fans. You know, one of these days I'd do and ask them. If they can do it today, then it'll be fine. But one of these days, Carl, like on a live like this, I'd like them to do and bring it up to 100.
Well,
100,
they could attempt
100 likes.
They could attempt it today.
They could attempt it anytime.
But Andre, the facts remain about this bill. One, why is this government seeking to mislead the Grenadian public and say it's an NNP bill? When they know, or stop saying they don't know.
There's an easy answer to that question, Carl. And the question is, why is this present government trying to mislead people so that they will believe it's an NNP bill?
Yeah.
Because they know that the bill is not good.
Yeah.
So when the pressures start with the bill, they will do something and say, hey, well, it wasn't us, you know. That is what it is. You have a caller here on your WhatsApp.
Let's take it.
Let's see if we can take it here and see. Pleasant morning. Hello?
Good morning, Mr. Donald. Good morning.
Good morning.
Why? What
What is that?
My take is that. Are you hearing me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
We have a bunch of jokers in Parliament now. Instead of running the country. But to me, like the best subject in school was recess. Because what they are doing is what they was doing in the schoolyard do in recess time. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you. All right. This is the first Carl, not anything to do with the caller just said. I'm just looking at different comments here, and Baby Daddy's there and he's listening. And he says morning to the Real FM family, and he also said press the likes guy as he always does. But then he said something else that's very interesting. He says, I'm having problems with my internet, so I'm listening on the radio. So this is the first time that he has not said all your internet in trouble.
Yeah.
So, thanks, Baby Daddy. Really appreciate the fact that you can listen. And Carl, we've gotten to what, 66? What's the target, Carl? Is it going to be 100?
Full 100.
Okay, so Carl says he wants 100. So, hey, please, we already gone to the 240 something. We have another couple of hundred on the audio stream. As they say, hulk it up. Carl wants it to get to 100 today. He says full 100.
And then you have listeners on the radio like Baby Daddy.
Yeah. Now, there's something that happened in Parliament. And when I made my statements, which were made, was it last week, Carl?
Yeah.
Yeah, last week. A number of people jumped out at me. Even a good cousin of mine, a very learned young lady from the village of Mount Rule, she jumped out at me also. Good morning, dear. How are you doing this morning? I hope you're listening. And I hope again that this piece, I hope that Kellan Bob takes this and puts it out like he did with the piece he took last week. And listen to this very carefully. Whenever a sitting parliamentarian is not able to make it to a meeting of the House, he or she, the correct thing to do is to send a message, written note. Now, the Speaker of the House indicated that he did receive a note from Ms. Thomas in relation to her not being in Parliament on that Tuesday. Hold on there, I'm coming to you with that news. Now, Carl, when the political leader and the leader of the opposition called for a division of the House, he already knew, Carl, that he had lost, When I say he had lost, because they had 9 and he had 5. 1 in his 6 did not come out, so he already knew that he had lost. But guess what, Keaton? They did not understand the wisdom of the goodly gentleman, i.e. Keith Mitchell. Keith Mitchell wanted it on record to show who was and who was not there. He did not want that bill to go down and to say, okay, well, it passed because the ayes have it and the nays lose. No. He wanted it to show who was there, who was not. And if, and I say this to you, Dr. Bob, my good cousin in Montreach, and all who, well, what is your source? My source of information was the Parliament themselves. Because if the Speaker had a note from the goodly lady who was not at Parliament, if he had a note from her as an excuse, it was required to be read at the beginning of Parliament, 1, and 2, at the time the division took place. So when the name was called, the Speaker had to say, I have a note in relation to the absence of this member. The Speaker didn't do that. See, there are 2 things here. He ain't know what he has to do, or he didn't have the note. Pick one. It's only 2. 1, he ain't know what he has to do. 2, he did not have the note. Pick one. My good cousin in Montreach, Montreal, Dr. Bob, both of you, pick one. Carl, it's time for us to do so and have the news. We'll come back after this. This is Real. 91.9, 91.5, www.therealfmgrenada.com.
Triple N. Informative, entertaining first. Every hour on the hour.
Did produced by Triple M. Details when we get back.
Agriculture, a pillar in the Grenadian economy. Gittins Home and Garden Center, your main pillar for agricultural supplies in Grenada. They supply fertilizers, herbicides, seedlings, and nursery items, diesel water pumps, walk-behind tillers, organic and environmentally friendly agricultural inputs. Serving you from 2 locations at Birch Grove and booth number 34 at the Vendors Market in Grenville. Cost-effective agricultural solutions for all your needs. Visit Gittins Home and Garden Center for the best in everything agriculture. Call them on 409-2175 or 438-4337 and enjoy their services from your farm to your backyard. Gittins Home and Garden Center.
Welcome back. Locally, the Grenada Tourism Authority is proud to announce the launch of the Pure Grenada Excellence Champion program, a comprehensive customer service training program specifically designed to promote a culture of excellence for Grenada's hospitality enterprise. In the region, CARICOM must look more urgently at its land issues. This from Minister of Planning and Development, Penelope Beckles. We get more in this report.
Minister of Planning and Development, Penelope Beckles, said beyond more frequent and severe spells of drought, climate change trends can also have a negative impact on food security.
Now, it could be argued that these problems may be bridged with engineering and economic solutions, where food is imported, retaining, reinforcing structures are built, and water is desalinated. However, what this does is that it creates a reliance on technologies that necessitate high capital and recurrent expenditure, as well as being prone to periodic and unexpected downtime.
The minister said Caribbean economies would be made more robust and resilient if the decision to adopt more nature-based solutions is chosen,
since they not only optimize the provision of ecosystem goods and services, but they also minimize those aforementioned costs, providing in the bargain economic flexibility to deploy revenue for other purposes.
The fifth high-level forum is a biennial summit of the leaders of the region's land management ministries. Ministers from across the Caribbean community are meeting to review the implementation of PISM's sustainable land and soil management projects currently impacting 10 nations: Antigua and Barbuda, Barbados, Belize, Commonwealth of Dominica, Grenada, Guyana, Haiti, Jamaica, St. Lucia, and Trinidad and Tobago.
Around the globe, U.S. President Joe Biden hailed the Affordable Care Act at an event marking the 13th anniversary of its passage. Here are the details.
The Affordable Health Care Act expanded Medicaid to cover additional 20 million people. Before it was passed, 20 million fewer people had insurance. So it expanded to cover 20 million more people in Medicaid. That means more cancers detected early, more mental health treatment available, less medical debt, fewer evictions. I signed the American Rescue Plan, which went further and allowed states to extend Medicaid coverage to new moms for up to 1 year after they gave birth instead of only for 60 days. Let's protect lower prescription drug costs for everyone. Let's expand health care coverage for more people so they get care. Let's keep building an economy from the middle out and the bottom up. And let's remember who we are. We're the United States of America. Nothing is beyond our capacity when we do it together. So God bless you all, and let's keep fighting to get it done.
And no Paul George, no worries for the Los Angeles Clippers as Kawhi Leonard carried them to an important 127-105 home win against the Oklahoma City Thunder on Thursday. This ends the latest bit of news. Thank you for listening.
Triple N. Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.
M&M Hardware Limited, Hope St. Andrew and Dusty Highway, St. George. Shop conveniently for all your building materials, including plumbing, electrical, lumber, cement, steel, and much more. We manufacture roofing sheets available in 11 colors, aluminum windows, doors, insect screens, and hurricane shutters. Installation services are available for all our manufactured products. Our opening Friday 8 a.m. to 4 days, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. M&N Hardware Limited. Come on in and experience our affordable prices. Or call us 444-6757 or 440-6757 Dusty Highway. Email us at info@mahonhardware.com or mnmdusty@mahonhardware.com. M&N Hardware, foundation to roof. Let's build together.
The NLA is giving you more chances to multiply your Playway winnings by adding Multi-X to your regular Playway bets to win up to 5 times more. Imagine winning as much as $1,200 instead of $240 with a $10 Playway bet by simply adding Multi-X. Place your Playway bets from $1 to $10 or in increments on your favorite Playway symbols or numbers. Then add the multi-X option at the same value to win 2 times, 3 times, 5 times more, or free plays. With multi-X, you must bet the same amount wagered on your regular playway bets for your winnings to be multiplied. Grenadians, value your dreams and win your way as much as 5 times more with multi-X added to playway and watch your money grow. Coming soon to authorized agents near you. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
Ozone really gets it clean. Get with the Ozone family line of products. Ozone liquid laundry detergent, perfect for your semi or fully automatic washing machines, yet suitable for hands. Ozone disinfecting cleaner. It's the most powerful disinfectant and cleaner with a long-lasting fresh scent. Tackles every job around the house or office. Ozone detergent powder and ultra soft fabric softener gets your clothes clean with a natural freshness. Keeps your colors bright. Choose from the wonderful scents: soft flower, ocean breeze, and the new aloe vera. Keep your kitchen sparkling clean with the Ozone dishwashing liquid, Ozone sponges, and cleaning cloth. Ozone toilet bowl cleaner removes lime scale and kills germs while giving your toilet a refreshing scent. Ozone really gets it clean. Marketed and distributed by Calico, Frequente St. George's, and are available at shops and supermarkets nationwide.
Republic Bank informed its valued customers and the general public that all branches of the bank will be closed for business at 1 p.m. on Thursday, March 30th, 2023. Normal banking hours will resume on Friday, March 31st. Republic Bank sincerely apologizes for all inconvenience this early closure may cause and advises that the bank's 24-hour online banking and ATM services remain operational during this time.
It's redemption time. It's redemption time now. It's revival time. It's revival time now.
Redemption. Redemption. Church on the Road moves to St. Patrick, Plains Pasture, March 26th, 5 p.m. The St. George's Baptist Church, in collaboration with the Alliance of Evangelical Churches, invites you to the first ever Church on the Road. Redemption. St. David's and St. Andrew's were life-changing for so many. Redemption now moves to the Plains Pasture St. Patrick's on Sunday, 26th March, 5 p.m. Live performances by Ajamu, SGBC Worship Team, Pan Wizards, and spoken word by Pastor Stanford Simon. It's a family event, so bring the kids along. Kids Village commences at 4 p.m. with discussion quizzes, Bible stories, and other activities. Redemption. Worship starts at 5 p.m. Remember, March 26th, Plains Pasture St. Patrick. Bring the family and friends to experience Redemption, the first ever Church on the Road. It is one Christ, one church, no one left behind. It is Redemption time.
Tell them, let them know. Ajamo on the road again. With a new song hotter than before. Ajamo on the road again. All who doubt me, you should let them know. Ajamo on the road again. Like a river, the blessings must flow.
Keaton, I'm back.
All right, Andre.
You good?
Yeah, man.
I need to ask Kalisha some permission.
Uh-huh.
I need to ask her permission. Somebody call Kalisha and ask her for permission for me. I want to be able to on Fridays or whenever on Mondays, no, not Fridays, on Mondays on my show, I want to be able to play the piece with she and Jenny.
The narrative. Reason?
I want more people to hear. 18,000 people, when I checked last, was viewing me when the Bob guy put me up now. 18,000. You think I want people to view Callister? Callister is my homie. That's my dupes. Yeah. A lot of people probably call her till I say thing about her this morning and she wouldn't even bother with them. She will not bother. But in any event, Carl, there's a clip that I think you want to hear.
Push legislation down the throat of the citizens of Grenada when you are the ones who initiated, reviewed, drafted, and approved the legislation.
No legislation. To understand that those were the very people responsible for every word, every comma, and every semicolon in this bill.
We made some refinement, some small changes and so, and this cabinet approved it to take it to the parliament. Because that's usually when a bill is approved by cabinet, the next step is to go to parliament.
Ozone really.
Andre, in their own words, you know. You understand?
Can you give me 56 seconds of your time, Carl?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
No.
Take. And I need 56.
Push legislation down the throat of the citizens of Grenada when you are the ones who initiated, reviewed, drafted, and approved the legislation.
No legislation. To understand that those were the very people responsible for every word, every comma, and every semicolon in this bill.
We made some refinement, some small changes and so, and this cabinet approved it to take it to the parliament. Because that's usually when a bill is approved by cabinet, the next step is to go to parliament.
Two things, Andre. You hear when the Honorable Prime Minister was about to let go the lie, how he paused? Dr. Pantry, if you ask him, when men, just before they lie, you hear that pause. They think, how I go drop that one? And Mr. Andal, Sister Claudette said it, which semicolon and comma and so on all the change. Because he said some changes was made. Mr. Andal and Mr. Prime Minister, who really draft that bill? Because you say NNP. So, Andre, you see, in their own words, it's not about me. So people who have problem with that, take it up with the Honorable Prime Minister, the deputy political leader of the National Democratic Congress. Fish just start to spoil in the head. And the AG, because she's the one that's come straight in. Because she come straight about making people permanent and pension and things. She came straight. So she comes straight again. She say, what, by we interfere with the thing, we dabble in it. So Joseph Andal have it wrong. You say every comma. Which one all you take out and all you put? And why, I don't know why they just trying to come to the people's house and just try to mislead the nation. And they know. But and you see, Andre, the real reason for the bill is here. We need the bill to be passed and to be in place so that we can implement our big projects that we have for this country. And these projects have to be supported by the data protection bill. You have a guy that's listening on radio, they call Gino Jennings. Gino go see. Here Gino go read that, Andre. And these projects have to be supported by the NNP data protection bill. The NNP, these fellas and them, Andre. So when you ask earlier on this morning, and I tell you, them fellas they are misleading the country. It's all about who could mislead this country to look good at the expense of NNP. So first, Andre, the bill. The whole mantra of the bill about being an NNP bill is a lie. About NNP drafting the bill is a lie. About NNP bill is a lie. Every colon, you heard it yourself, you know. Karma is a lie. So Joseph Andal and the Prime Minister lie in Parliament to the Grenadian people.
Somebody just said, Andre, remember that the bill has to be in the AG's name. So she know what she's saying.
Well, yeah.
Right.
Well, she's the legal advisor to the government, you know, and the cabinet, you know. And Peter David, because when Peter David tell them the bill was there since in his time in the NDC in 2011, nobody said that not true. After they telling the Grenadian people the bill in the same house, when Peter David went on his feet and say, watch, this bill was since in 2011. Neither Andal nor Deacon Mitchell, the Prime Minister, say, you lie, Peter.
Watch now. Cut out all of that. See, first time they get it right. Watch a nice studious kind of picture they put of me in the papers. I like, they must put me in the papers so every week.
They write you.
I make the papers now. I must put me in the papers every week. You see how looking nice and studiously.
Well, Andre, you go in places.
If I go, I reach already. No. I don't go in. I don't go in. I reach.
You can't take I reach.
I reach already. I want to do so and read this. I have to read this article. Yeah, I must read that article.
Yeah, so
go on.
So Dre, this whole thing about there's some the whole thing about sinister about this bill comes from the side of the government and not the opposition. Because you heard what the president of the Bar Association said about the bill. We all heard what Dr. Francis Alexis said about the bill. We all heard that what Mr. Rogel Ferguson said about the bill. And he even goes so far as to say the similar bill in Antigua, certain sections, was omitted because the fact that it presses the envelope too close to the Constitution and the rights of the Constitution. So, Andre, hear this. They come in your place, they meet somebody. They say they tell them or give them information to self-incriminate. When the Constitution fraught on self-incrimination. So how could you make a bill that is not consistent or put parts in a bill that is not consistent with the Constitution of Grenada? And what is instructive, them men and them took an oath before the people and God to uphold the Constitution. But you bring in a bill that presses or rob the Constitution in certain aspects in the wrong way. But Lennox Andrew put the thing in perspective. We need this bill to access 24 million US. So all this hurry about the bill, Andre, is to access $24 million. So they don't care if you are passing the bill that would flagrant against the Constitution. All about the money. And Andre, you've been here a very long time, and I keep telling you, follow the money. So that bill is about 24 million. So we could do call it the data protection bill and we could call it the $24 million bill. Because it seems like Lennox Andrew have a conscience. Maybe he's the only one who have a conscience among them. Because he's the one who break the news early and say, we meet a lot of money in the treasury. You know? He tell Kennedy Boodlal, by Keith Mitchell wiki there, boy. He leave all that money in the treasury, and now he coming. So anything out money, because he's a man who can finance all at a time. Maybe he can hold he water, Andre. So individual, when he say yes with an explanation, we now know why. The explanation is we need this bill for the 24 million. So I also look at the 24 million US bill. So it's nothing to do with data protection. But at the same time, they hope to use elements in the bill to frustrate and to go after political opponents. So the mere fact that they're writing you up in the newspaper, Andre, they will come after you.
But not only that.
They are precursor to come. You know, we are prelude to a kiss. Yeah. They are prelude to attacking you.
No, you don't get nothing. I mean, that in the cloud. That's the first time Rastaman go like me. I cloud. You know, I cloud the call. Check it in the cloud. Go in Texas and look for it. If you believe I have something. But check this out now, Bridging.
Tell me.
In the article, right, that I spoke about, that I just showed you there, Ms. The newspaper, the New Today, the Old Today owe Dr. Keith Mitchell some money. But so this is the New Today.
Yeah.
The Old Today owe him some money. I hope we get him money.
And every time they challenge the Old Today lost.
Yeah. On Monday, for clarity on the issue, MP Thomas affirmed, they like this word affirmed.
Affirmity.
Affirmed that she did inform the political leader. She did inform the political leader.
Of which party?
Of her absence. No, Carl, hold on now, man. Take your time now. You see, that's what people doesn't understand. That when you're dealing with these things, Carl, you have to make sure you have it down pack. And I strongly believe, and Mom, it's not me, you know. It's not me. It's the newspaper that say that you inform the political leader of your absence. The newspaper does not tell me that you informed the political leader of the new national party. Therefore, it is correct and it is okay for me to believe that yes, you did inform the political leader of the National Democratic Congress that he was not going to come. You can't tell me which one to believe because you, well, not you, the newspaper quoting you as saying you informed the political leader, and I believe is Mr. Deacon Mitchell you're speaking about. Wrong, Mitchell, you get it wrong. You should have informed Keith Mitchell, not Deacon Mitchell. I just thought I'd point that out. I never did believe I would have make newspaper again in Okala.
In your old age, you style?
Yes, style, you know. I don't understand. In my old age like that, you know. But in any event, my dear, let the newspaper get it right for you. Let the newspaper get it right for you because it says you inform the political leader. It didn't say of which party. But I did remember that just as when I spoke last Friday, Carl, when I spoke on the issue, a picture did go up on social media with herself and the political leader of the National Democratic Congress, with she standing in front of him, apparently talking. The picture appeared after I spoke. So it could be that that is when she was informing him that she was not coming to Parliament at that particular occasion. I don't know. Not me. I tell all you, leave this thing now. Leave this thing alone. What I have is time, you know. All you don't have is time, I have, you know. Because you know what? My time is to develop this, meaning Real FM, you know. So y'all don't have the amount of time that I will have. So just leave this. Forget it. You lost. You're lost. Forget it. Leave it alone. Because if I leave it alone, I'm coming back again the whole of next week. Carl, you won't be here next week, eh?
Nah.
Right, there you go. So whole of next week, I'm coming back here. I'm a warrior. Yes. I give away.
There's another clip I want you to play, Jay.
I will, whatever. Which one? I'm waiting. Tell me which one you want me to play. I have them.
Let's take a small break, Andre.
No problem. This is Real 91.9. Stay with us, my friends.
Now more than ever, Flow is working hard to keep you connected to the things that matter most. Your family, your work, and your favorite entertainment. We are also can stay connected and up to date with their schoolwork. And because your safety is our highest priority, you can manage your account from the safety of your own home through the MyFlow app. We are here for you, keeping you connected.
M&M Hardware Limited, Hope St. Andrew and Dusty Highway, St. George. Shop conveniently for all your building materials, including plumbing, electrical, lumber, cement, steel, and much more. We manufacture roofing sheets available in 11 colors, aluminum windows, doors, insect screens, and hurricane shutters. Installation services are available for all our manufactured products. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. M&N Hardware Limited. Come on in and experience our affordable prices. Or call us 444-6757 or 440-6757 Dusty Highway. Email us at info@mahonhardware.com or mnmdusty@mahonhardware.com. M&N Hardware. Foundation to roof. Let's build together.
Need a quick, convenient way to pay your bills and avoid lines? Use the online banking feature from Republic Bank, First Caribbean, or Co-op Bank. Contact them today to set up your online banking and enjoy 24-hour convenience to make your bill payments. Renlick, energizing our Grenada.
Global pandemic continues to adversely affect global supply chains and increase the cost of food and fuel, and worsen an already high cost of living. In light of all of the above, no one is coming to save us. We must save ourselves.
Concerns regarding the bill.
The NLA is giving you more chances to multiply your Playway winnings by adding Multi-X to your regular Playway bets to win up to 5 times more. Imagine winning as much as $1,200 instead of $240 with a $10 Playway bet by simply adding Multi-X. Place your Playway bets from $1 to $10 or in increments on your favorite Playway symbols or numbers. Then add the Multi-X option at the same value to win 2 times, 3 times, 5 times more, or free plays. With Multi-X, you must bet the same amount wagered on your regular Playway bets for your winnings to be multiplied. Grenadians, value your dreams and win your way as much as 5 times more with Multi-X added to Playway and watch your money grow. Coming soon to authorized agents near you. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The Epic Marriage Conference is back.
And we're calling all couples, single men and women, to join us.
March 24th through 26th in Grenada. Joining us Friday, March 24th is our guest speaker for the Single Men and Women session, none other than accomplished personal and life coach Stephanie J. Make plans to join Drs. Jason and Tanasha Gray and their guest speakers for an event you don't want to miss.
Meet us down at Gateway Conference Center, Point Celine, St. George's. Tickets are on sale now.
Contact us at 449-5872 or 459-8567. Tickets can be purchased at Grenadian Optical, branch located at Melville Street, St. George, and Spiceland Mall, Grand Anse, St. George. Pick up your tickets today. The Epic Marriage Conference, Roadmap to Intimacy. See you there.
The Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, the credit union of Grenville, takes you where you want to be. Feel secure with the Credit Union of Grenville, taking care of all your financial needs, including savings, loans, mortgages, and sound financial advice. Serving you with branches on Jubilee Street in Grenville, Lucas Street in St. George's, and coming soon, our Grand Anse sub-office. Call us on 442-8602 or visit one of our offices. With Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, your financial security is guaranteed.
G&D Promotions presents a garden party to remember. One Shaney Lane will never be the same as G&D Promotion presents the garden party of a lifetime. Music, food, top shelf drinks, and entertainment galore. It will be an Easter Monday you don't want to miss. Tickets are limited, so get yours now before they're sold out. Give Gotafet and Gittins Drug Mart in Grand Anse a call and get her ticket, your ticket, and the other tickets. One Shaney Lane, Ralph Place, this Easter Monday is the spot you want to be at. Live music from Octane International. Miss this one and blame no one else. Remember, there is a massive television as a door prize. Tickets available, as I said, at Gittins Drug Mart and GoToFed.com. One Shaney Lane, Ralph Place, Lansapine, Easter Monday. That's where we will all be.
And you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay.
So FastPay, 2 minutes and you're on your way. So FastPay, so FastPay.
Flow is keeping you connected.
Yeah. Dr. Mitchell, nah, don't call me. Don't call me. I don't want you to call me. Don't call me. Don't call me at all. I'll paddle my canoe for myself. If I get stuck in the river, I want nobody to say, well,
if you perish, you perish.
If I perish, I perish. Leave me alone. You tell the political leader incoming, which one? That I want to know. Carl, you can help me. Huh?
I don't know.
I mean, you don't know? So you can't help your brother?
All I could see if I get information. But as for now,
you don't want to help her?
I don't know.
You could don't know?
Well, the new
you
today.
Are the repository of good knowledge?
Yeah, what agreeing that? The new today. Always just have some kind of information. And when you fact check it a lot of time, it don't make any sense.
So you believe she told her political leader? You. Let me hear what you say. You believe that?
It's not what I believe, it's what I don't know.
Okay.
To believe is not to know. Why? In a very jovial settings, man.
No. Jovial settings is just that, there are times when things... Anyway, you know what? Just let me... Should I play your clip or should I go to the phone?
Play the clip.
The clip. So caller, you'd have to wait.
No. The caller there a while now. Let me take the call.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes?
Good morning, Andrea and Carl. How y'all doing?
Not too bad.
Yeah, I've been waiting for quite a while. Quite a while. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All you good?
Mm-hmm.
Good, good, good. Brenda here. You recognize my voice? What happened?
I didn't hear that.
I said, Brenda here. You recognize my voice?
You playing coy, man.
Brenda.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, Brenda. I didn't say nothing because I'm waiting for Carl to speak, you see? So that's why I didn't say anything. I'm waiting for Carl to speak.
You like to tease Mr. Keaton, eh? Leave him alone.
How you doing, girl?
I am very well, I'm very well. How you guys doing?
I see. I usually look forward to a photograph or two from you. But like this week, I ain't seen nothing in it.
Yeah, man, I had quite a few this week.
Well, like you blocked me. You blocked me.
Never.
You
No.
blocked.
I don't do that at all.
He wasn't watching.
I'm not in the blocking business at all. People sit there and stew. I don't block.
Oh, okay.
Anybody block is they block me.
Okay. So you good?
Yes, I am good. But I was on the road a while ago and driving. I heard you talk about the you mentioned that maelstrom that came from your statements last week with the Parliament. I just wanted to take it from a different angle in terms of the information, and it's just something in me because at school and then later on in things like Girl Guides and Rotaract and so on, I had, the great opportunity, I must say, to learn a lot about protocol and Parliament and its operations and all of that kind of thing from Sir Curtis Strachan of blessed memory.
The genius of them all.
Right.
Sir Curtis.
So that is why a lot of the, the things of Parliament and all these things it's just kind of embedded. So last week, when the Parliament sat, when after you made your comments about the MP Thomas, that's Delma Thomas, the Honorable Delma Thomas, her not being present, and you're not hearing an excuse. I was kind of busy. Like I saw you went viral.
Yes, girl.
You went viral. So I saw the
18,000.
I saw the clip later in the day. So my inquiring mind went to work because I always try to get to the why and what's really happening, not so tied up in the whole sensation at the time. So I went and I looked at the live feed. I went back to the live feed of last Tuesday. And when I went back, I went across as many platforms as I could. And what I noticed is that on the live feeds that we never saw, the mace being walked, the members come in, the speaker coming in. We never saw the beginning of the Parliament. We never saw that. The first thing that came up in the feed was when the opposition leader was on his feet. That's the first thing we saw. We did not see confirmation of minutes, messages.
That's because they were having some issues.
Well, then I'm getting there.
Yeah.
So we never saw that. So those of us who are following on radio, those of us who are following from our computer screens, our devices, those of us who are following from television, unless you were at the Parliament building on that day, you missed maybe from items 1 to about item 8. Right? So I was like, that's interesting, because it never occurred to me that Ms. Thomas didn't send an excuse. I wanted to hear what the speaker said, because it's only the speaker, and that is what we're missing in this whole thing. The fact is that the speaker had to be the one to communicate to the House and to communicate to those of us looking on and listening on that excuses were received from X, Y, and Z member. That's his job. Yeah? So I went back. I didn't see that. And I got in touch with a colleague of mine, And the person said, well, you know, they had some audio issues in the beginning, yada, yada, yada. But later on the day, the entire thing was uploaded onto YouTube. So go there and you would see it. I did. And indeed, 4 or so minutes in, we got to item 6, because that is where you announce the absences and so on. Item 6 on the agenda, announcements by Mr. Speaker. Item 6 on the agenda, announcements by Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker announced, made comments about the training, the just concluded training, and how it went. And Mr. Speaker stopped. He recognized the leader of government business who had his light on. That was the Honorable Philip Telesford. The leader of government business was recognized. He stood. And he gave excuses for MP Andel, MP Joseph Andel, and MP Karine James. Mind you, that is not the role of the leader of government business. Those excuses for these 2 individuals, even if a leader of government business receives it, he has to pass those to the clerk, who in turn would pass it to the speaker, and the speaker would announce it. So even when leader of government business standed with those excuses, right, that still did not say M. Thomas. He never said it. MP Telesford stood. He gave the excuses for Mr. Andel. Karine James was having a bit of difficulty, and she would take a little time to get there. He said, and he sat. At no time did that even jolt the speaker. Even if he forgot after he mentioned about the training and yada yada yada, that did not even come into his consciousness after MP Telesford stood to say, oh, well, yes, I have an excuse from MP Thomas. He said nothing. You see? So at no point on the adjournment, at no point on that day did we hear from the speaker that he had received an excuse of absence from MP Thomas.
And again, Brenda,
and that is the crux of the thing. It is really not whether she sent it or she didn't send it. And it was further confirmed that it was sent, and it was sent via different mediums. So at the end of the day, we get caught up in the semantics and the who we like and who we don't like, and who we for and who we not for. But in the process, we really need to understand our system of governance, how it works, what needs to happen, where responsibility lies, and when we don't understand certain things, we need to be open to try to learn. All the bashing and all the nonsense, it's kind of getting tiring. And all we are doing is doing ourselves disservice as a nation. We are ending up in situations where we're having people in certain roles that don't understand because we're not taking the time to learn. We're not taking the time to learn. We're not asking questions. We're not going digging. We're not going checking. We're not doing these things. And it is heartbreaking. It's really heartbreaking and upsetting. It really is. So that's what it is. Mr. K did not say so. Even confirming to the Bob report that he had received the excuse, okay, so go on further and tell us why you didn't tell us. I guess he's new as well, so we have to give him some leverage, but he needs to speed up really, really quick, because as a keeper of the house, you have to keep it. You have to keep the decorum, and you have to do things right the first time, and things like that. You have to get it right. So I hope the next time he shows up, he's able to say, listen, the last time when it comes to announcements, he can refer to it and say, well, maybe my inaction created a firestorm out there about MP Thomas, because in my mind, that is what it was.
Thank you so much, Brenda.
Yep.
That's what they call a different spin on the thing.
Ain't no spin, it's just my assessment
well, yes,
of it.
a different assessment of the whole thing.
Maybe I just read and think too much.
maybe we need to after what's her name? Margaret Nichols. Remember, she was president of the Senate at one point in time.
An excellent one.
And then we also had
Leslie Ann
Leslie
Sion,
Ann
one of the
Sion,
finest
another
ever.
Maybe we need to have a female speaker of the house.
No thanks. I ain't even.
I ain't giving you. How you saw?
We too immature.
Yeah, that's so
too
true.
immature in this country. I know no time for kind of thing. I just want to be a nice, happy-go-lucky Grenadian.
Take care of my day. Remember, we have a date, yeah? Remember that?
Yeah, that's right.
We
That's
got a
right.
date.
We do.
Okay, take care. Thanks for calling.
You're welcome.
Great.
Bye-bye.
Carl.
Based on this analysis, well thought, well put together, well articulated.
And she just dealt with the facts.
It brings me to one question. Is the present holder of the office of the Speaker of the House a good fit for that office?
Yeah, he just has to be willing to learn and willing to own up to when he makes mistakes.
Even in that particular seat, in the type of language he allow in the house,
Carl,
unbecoming.
the man is from Upper St. John's. My grandparents come from Upper St. John's in St. Andrews. I'm very territorial sometimes. Good morning, caller. How you doing?
Same school too.
Good morning, Andrea, and good morning, caller.
Morning.
Yes,
It's
sir.
so refreshing when you can listen to a speaker, the one who just spoke, as to the predisposition of information that she would have to disseminate to so many people. Because I listened over the years and sat in Parliament, listened to numerous speakers, very eloquent and very witty, and a lot of differences were being in the House. But the various speakers who were able to, so well articulate, bring the House into a level of understanding and maturity. And many of the young members of Parliament who came in, they too were able to learn and over the years build themselves up to be mature politicians, whether opposition or government. Because in the House, when you can come together and have that common understanding and know that when we are in the House is for the development of our nation. And remember, people on the outside are listening. It is very important that every member of Parliament learn as much as possible. I think also the government or the people should make sure that if young people getting into government and Parliament, and that's a good thing, but they should be trained so that they know what is accepted or not accepted. And that goes also to the Speaker of the House. It's people that I know, and I really love Grenada. And I see that our Parliament continues to grow and develop. And so, Brother Andre, I know you for a long time, and I know you will continue to do a good work. Brother Call also. And let us all come together, because building Grenada is not only about the government, it's also for the opposition, but even more importantly, for every member of the Grenadian public and the Grenadian people. And what we do in Parliament will either be positive or negative to the outside world. And let us remember, we are the Isle of Spice. And if we are the Isle of Spice, something nice, in particular in Parliament. So again, I say to the government, let us work together with the opposition. Let us work together with the people. So that in every community, instead of this divide and rule and divide and bring down, if we come together, because unity will be strength always. Division will just bring animosity, hatred, malice, and degradation. So, Brother Andrew, continue with your program, and I hope that everyone will to look at the negatives and positives on every side, because in every one of us, they are good, and in every one of us, they are bad. But as we come together and develop, learn from each other, and some people are afraid to say they are wrong. When we are a man or a woman can look at what we do and realize that we are wrong, then we ourselves to development and growth. Have a wonderful day. May God bless you all.
Thank you. So, Carl, with all of this, and I'm happy that Brenda called and she looked at She stripped it. I'm very happy that she
With
did
a
that.
clear lens, no colored lens.
Yeah, clear lens, she stripped it. And it proves one thing and one thing only, you know, that what I said, I was correct.
It vindicated you.
If there is a big, I get prestigious this morning. No,
But
I
you
get
also, we have to use
words.
words in total. We can.
We've got another caller. Good morning.
Hello, good morning again.
Prestigious.
And I'm very prestigious guy. You think it's joke I'm making?
Yeah, well, yeah.
I'm listening to that last two callers, you know. I'm very impressed with that, and especially the last one who talk about respect, you know, respect for people and the democracy. And what I am seeing now, people, the democratic situation in our country, we have opposition and we have government, and there are criticism, there are self-criticism, and there are issues where we have to speak issues live. When things not going right, we have to speak. And with that situation, we're speaking up for the rights for the people and for the betterment of the country. And there are some people who are attacking and bullying and disrespecting, and we're talking about young people. And these are some of the unruly young people who doing a lot of funny and wrong things, bullying people, going after people, and you know. And when you see you have good people, I could mention about this young Senator Neil. I appreciate that young man. I listened to him in Parliament, even when he was a youth parliamentarian, and I listened to this young man coming from the Northwest constituency of St. George's. And I always, you know, say to the leader of the opposition, former Prime Minister, you have to hold on to the young man. I see the work of this young man going throughout, you know, the country and even the constituency. And I heard something there last night, and I'm telling you, I am very much worried because I've seen the level of desperation. You know, why these some unruly people in the NDC not stopping? And I say that without no apology and not calling names, but they are brewing violence. And I thank God and I pray to God that my NNP people and the people of Grenada, you know, pray and ask God to keep them and give us the faith and the tolerance and the enduring spirit to walk that dangerous road with these people. And I know Satan's kingdom must come down. So I said to the people of Brizan who had that meeting there last night, and what was the outcome? I thank God for your level of tolerance. And Senator Neil Franklin, I'm looking forward to hear your participation and debate in the Parliament. And I say, Leader of the Opposition, former Prime Minister, good morning.
Thank you. You understand what you're saying there?
I get the gist of it.
What did you get? Let me hear. What did you get from me?
She speak about an incident.
Last night.
And I don't give nobody no fault. So
no, I ain't getting no fault. But it's just that one of these days, the inevitable will happen.
Because my take on it, Andre,
all right,
it was not a so-called town hall meeting.
It was not.
It was a political meeting. Mm-hmm. And the individual is not part of the political organization, so he has no moral reason to be there. They're like trespassing.
One of these days, the inevitable
patience go run out.
Patience go run out. And I pray to God I'm not there.
It was not no town hall meeting so anybody could go.
You want your clip now?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me make sure nothing is playing, because I want to make sure that your clip runs in toto. Where is it? Oh boy, where is it? And is this it? Is this love? Is this love? Hold on, nothing. See that? Calciton. You know my story with these things, eh?
You're not getting it?
I will get it. It's just that you understand what I told you this morning.
Yes.
You'll understand what I told you this morning. All right, so I'm hoping it's not that one. That's the, oh boy. Could it be this one? You sent it to me, right?
Yep. The last one sent.
Wrong the one. Okay. I'm believing it is this one. So let's see it downloaded and oh yeah, it is this one now. I'll show you how to do this thing better, man.
Used by
hold on. What's wrong with you?
I think we had to go to news, you know, Joe. It's 10.
Is it?
Yeah, 10 o'clock.
Okay, so let's take the news and we come back.
Yeah.
Triple N. Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.
This is the latest news update as produced by Triple N. Details when I return.
Limited St. Andrew and Dusty Highway, St. George. Shop conveniently for all your building materials, including plumbing, electrical, lumber, cement, steel, and much more. We manufacture roofing sheets available in 11 colors, aluminum windows, doors, insect screens, and hurricane shutters. Installation services are available for all our manufactured products. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. M&N Hardware Limited. Come on in and experience our affordable prices, or call us 444-6757 or 440-6757 Dusty Highway. Email us at info@mahonhardware.com or mnmdusty@mahonhardware.com. M&M Hardware, foundation to roof. Let's build together.
Welcome back. I am your presenter, Maxine, and we start off locally. Justin Sun, Grenada's immediate former permanent representative to the World Trade Organization, is among 9 people charged with fraud by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. Founder of the cryptocurrency Tron, he served from December 2021 and was recalled after the June 2022 general elections. In the region in Guyana, General Secretary of the People's Progressive Party Barack Jagdeo described the political opposition as a dead organization desperately trying to revive itself and using a bunch of fossils to do so. Here's more.
So other fossils have been coming out. Anand Gulsaran, another fossil. Suddenly I see him appearing. We have seen a number, so the Ogunseys.
That was the General Secretary of the People's Progressive Party, Barack Jagdeo, on Thursday during the party's press conference at Freedom House. Jagdeo was referring to members of the opposition who, in his view, resort to soliciting individuals whom he describes as fossils to aid in their political campaign.
So today, another fossil was rolled out, Hamilton Green, to appear at the press conference to talk about our history. Hamilton Green has had the most destructive impact.
He lauded his party's accomplishments since being elected in 2020, highlighting the construction of major roads and hospitals. He also noted the PPP's readiness for the local government elections that is scheduled to be held in April 2023.
Now we'd have 12 new hospitals, and this is in a very short historical period. 5 new highways are under construction. We have a power supply. We're going to fix power supply in this country. We're extremely proud of our record, and we're getting ready for the campaign on local government elections.
According to Jagdeo, the Ali-led administration has worked assiduously to reorient Ghana on the path to prosperity, away from the doom and gloom period of the Partnership for National Unity.
Around the globe, Ugandans react to the anti-gay bill passed on Tuesday.
After Uganda's parliament passed sweeping anti-gay legislation, which proposes tough penalties for same-sex relationship following a highly charged and chaotic season, residents of the capital Kampala largely hailed the bill.
The bill was passed yesterday and we are very happy as citizens of Uganda. Culturally, we don't accept the homosexuality, lesbianism, LGBTQ. We cannot, as Africans, we want to produce. We want everything to run normally.
The legislation enjoys broad public support in Uganda, and reaction from civil society has been muted following years of erosion of civic space under Muslim authoritarian rule.
The bill which had been passed for life, for those people who are interested in such a thing, correct? Children of ours are the ones doing such a things. If the Parliament had decided, it is okay. Because I can't see such a child of mine doing such a thing.
Discussion about the bill in Parliament was laced with homophobic rhetoric, with lawmakers conflating child sexual abuse with consensual same-sex activity between adults.
And in sports, Lionel Messi scored his 800th top-level goal in Argentina to beat Panama 2-0 in their first match since winning the World Cup. The 35-year-old Paris Saint-Germain forward becomes the second player to reach the milestone after Cristiano Ronaldo. This ends the latest news update as produced by Triple N. Thank you for listening.
Triple N. Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.
Nah, man, I ain't like that big ship sailing on the ocean. We don't need no commotion. What? They even responding? No, what? Come on, just think on me. Anyway, there's a clip that he wanted all morning long. And it is imperative that I play that clip for the gentleman because all morning long he's been wanting that clip. Here we go.
Great. So the Rotary Club of Grenada East is doing its part to ensure that returning to school this term is a pleasant experience. As part of the Water Sanitation and Hygiene Project, also known as the WASH Project, the St. Joseph's RC School was the lucky recipient of not only refurbishment, but amenities to improve water security. More in this report from Annette Moore.
This is a very brief Rotary International, a global leader in humanitarian service, identifies 6 areas of focus which is geared to improve lives. Rotary Club Grenada East selected water, sanitation and hygiene as one of the area of focus to conduct a project.
The recent delivery of the WASH project just cost the Rotary Club of Grenada East more than $20,000 to complete, but the club and the St. Joseph's RC School principal are thrilled with the results.
When I went into the bathroom and my shoe didn't go in water, that was a big difference, because you go inside there, your shoe wet, and the poor children go inside there and their shoe wet. So you are making...
Now, I ask you to play that clip because there's this notion going around. Because remember, at the start of the program, I tell you, me and some persons spoke and we recognized that transformation was simply oppose when you're in opposition and claim when you're in government for this government. No.
I know this thing.
No, listen. So the whole song and dance of the WASH program. Because remember, they were scheduled to have a press conference. And for some reason it was cancelled, and then they're going to have a rally / town hall to talk this hogwash about WASH. Andre Donald. But you have some idea about this thing, so inform the nation.
Carl, just 30 seconds, continue to speak, and I will get exactly when this program started. Just continue to speak. Give me 30 seconds.
Yeah, so the whole talk about this WASH initiative outlining the rally, NDC rally slash, what you call it? Town hall meeting. Because you see, they don't want nobody ask any questions. They realize if they're going to talk this nonsense in a press conference, somebody go bring it to their attention. That in 2015 he was spoken about, that in 2021 he was spoken about, in 2019. Ask the St. Joseph RC School, or persons who might know about this WASH program. And they call it transformation. So everything they thief from somebody, they call it transformation. And that is sad. And that's a serious indictment on this present administration. Nothing original. Everything they take from somebody and then they claim it as theirs. So this WASH thing was there a long time ago, since before the time. Since before even the present Prime Minister was even contemplating politics. But all of a sudden they go in the town hall rally and they take it like it became theirs by adoption. But at least they could say, we found it was a good initiative and we want to adopt it and go forward with it. But no, to the unsuspecting Grenadian public, they come with this new initiative, WASH. But last week I call it hogwash.
No, don't call it hogwash.
Them own.
No, well, let me just say this, and I'd really love for, and somebody needs to ask. But then again, being that he's a Rotary member, he may not want to call, and I'm speaking here to a former parliamentary representative for the constituency of St. Andrew South West, Yolan Bain. Good morning. Good morning to Mrs. Bain. I know she's listening, Carl. The mother, the matriarch.
Yeah.
Now, Yolan's husband, what's his name, Carl? Help me. He's a Rotary member. As a matter of fact, he was even president or whatever they call it.
Mr. Joseph?
No, Mr. Hosford.
Hosford.
Yeah. I did an interview with him, Robert. Yeah. With him and Robert.
Who Robert?
Robert as in white.
Yeah.
I did an interview with them. The station, meaning Real FM, we are at this location now going on 5 years. I did an interview with them, not at this studio, Carl, at the studio when we were at our first location, about that same project that the Rotaries had taken, the Rotaracts, put it that way. I think it's Rotaracts they call them. Anyway, but the members of the Rotary Club, that they had taken on this.
You're using words this morning?
Yeah, that they had taken on this and they were going to be doing at different times in different schools across the island. And the same acronym, WASH, is what they had. These people crazy. I'll tell you something.
Transformation is taking people's ideas.
Now here's what. Based on my information, and you know I just get information and just say, oh, you get you. Based on my sources, simply put is this. There's a certain gentleman who had to do some work for Rotary, build a website. Carl had to build a website for Rotary that included this same thing, WASH.
Yep.
That website was never done. And I wonder why.
So that means you have some information, Andre?
No, I just pick up another thing on the road. Envelope just lose all kind of thing. That website call was never done. The crux of the matter, as you just put it, the identifying factor here, Carl, is find out who is the person who had to build the website. Find out who is the person that had to build that same website. And then you would realize that that person took Rotary's idea. That person took Rotary's idea wholesale and brought it into the ranks of the government of the National Democratic Congress. That was a Rotary idea. The acronym WASH meaning the same thing. That is a Rotary thing. If I lie, I stop broadcast today.
But what is interesting here, Andre? The same people in government today that begin up this acronym WASH was against the same concept just in 2021. You know? And when the past administration budgeted 5 million and then in 2015 increased it to 7 million for the same concept, they was against it, you know, Andre. And when the present administration budgeted 10 to do over 10,000 bathroom and toilet and in-house facility, the same group today were claiming was against it, you know. They say handout, you know. So that's what I tell you. Transformation is opposite when you're in opposition. And when you become in government, embrace it like yours. So that's what is transformation in Grenada. And then you add two little things, we take out plenty pictures. Have fun at the expense of the Grenadian people. The people they take out the 150 from. And that is transformation.
I have a piece of cake to give you, eh?
Bring it. Who come with it, show it. So the
You
transformation is all about taking a few pictures and embracing other people's ideas like yours.
You know, this morning, you know, I rose, well, I was in the house, not the usual time.
Yeah.
And if I'm in the house at that time, I'm basically sleeping, right? So not the usual time, and I'm speeding to get ready, Carl. And I hear some workers outside. I don't know if it's I don't think, they don't have gangs out, do they?
The wardens, they are.
The wardens, right. So it had to be. And yeah, I did inside. So, you know, organizing is a little board outside. I have not, you know, on the concrete you can hear what board you will hear.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what them. You know, going about balling boots on the ground. They only balling boots and taking money and that's it as chopperies and can pay people. I'm like, what? I go closer to the bone, Carl, and I put me as yes. Yeah? Because if you give me a piece of work, I won't talk then. Boots on the ground. Only thing I spend is sit down morning and drink and they whining. I say, what the hell is that? Like boots on the ground get bad. I passed Rosie yesterday. And a young man tell me, he say, watch, I want you to talk about something for me on the radio. I say, oh God, what is that? He said, let me tell you something, man. He said, tell them, what they paying me day and where they asking me to go. Oh God, they go kill me? He said, where I have to go? I have to pay 2 bucks to get there. And 2 bucks to come back. Just so he said, he didn't say buses. So don't feel this me I'm making him. I said just what he said. He said, I have to pay 2 bucks to get there. And 2 bucks to come back. He said, by the time I buy the gas, because with it I'm using, by the time I buy the gas and a roller string is what, $30-something, Carl?
Yeah, card.
Card, right. He said, by the time I buy that, Money done, Jay. He said they will kill us. He said, not so this thing's supposed to work. You need to talk about that for me. I said, okay, I promise him I would. And I hope he's listening. So he hear. But Carl, even their supporters who have a little end, their supporters disappointed because the supporters seeing them going around every time, balling boots on the ground and drinking and whining in the rum shop.
They like more mouth on the ground, but listen. Andre, like you read my notes.
Me read your notes?
The same situation I'm talking about. Added to that, they take out some of the money, the amount what NMPs to give that same gang. This gang, the set now receiving less. So they take out money. They selling them for. So we ask, is this the greater good for the greater number? So one of them what work in the same as Sakal. I also work for 4 something now. Now it's barely 400 are getting less. I'm getting less money than when I start. So you see, it look like they might have a cash flow problem. Joseph Andal, minister. They say you had a discussion among I still have to put up my Marco now and get your thing, but you tell them cash flow could be an issue. Joseph, that's what they say. So, Mr. Joseph, did you speak to anybody in Montreach and indicate to them that this present administration has a cash flow problem? I don't know, but asking. Because that's the only way we could get to ask you people, because I don't presenting ourselves for scrutiny. I'm going and hide in the sanctuary of the House of Parliament and lie to the people every colon, every comma is NNP on. But Sister Claudette, just put you in the shame. You might vex with the AG because the AG should know. And on that issue, and you are taking more, although you have some of them that doesn't believe the same AG. I doesn't argue with all the time. But as it come to the bill and this thing, she said, I believe the AG. I believe the AG say all you put things, all you fix it and all you do things. I believe the AG, Mr. Anda. I don't believe you on that one. Because it seems like that it's late. You don't know. Andre, the same set of people tell me what the gang thing become difficult because they're selling you in Baho and Ohio.
Tell the man, just tell me. Tell the man,
and they say they cut the funds.
But, right, okay.
They pay them less. So even they make a set of poor people children go on, Andre. They give some who they feel is politically sympathetic to them and they still taking advantage of them. Whilst you give people $2,000, the ministers. So if things so bad and things so bleak, why is only them are picking grapes, Andre?
One set of people feasting on the grapes. If I call it, Carl.
Let's take the call.
Good morning, how are you?
Hello, good morning. How is everybody?
I start to feel bright. I don't know what other people are. I hear your voice, I start to feel right.
Oh, that's good, Andre. I like to hear that.
Yeah, you good?
And everybody else good?
I don't know what other people I tell you. I know what Andre.
Okay. Master Carl and Igwe.
No, Igwe not in today.
Oh, you're not in today? Oh, so, Andre. I listen to y'all. Live news again. They send people in. Where? They cut back on the money? Jesus. Well, what I see now is the maintenance gang is cutting all over.
That's what happening. Yeah, that's what happening now.
All where they put gangs, they cutting all over. So I know that for a fact that there is no road work for Easter. But let me even say for a fact, I don't know if something might pop up, they might be able to see some grass somewhere to send people to cut. The Ford Road is deteriorating. I haven't seen this road like that in years. You have some pothole. I don't know how people vehicle managing in this road and them. So forget about road. Right? I spoke about the cemetery road and the grass growing in a pothole. I see they patch up some holes in the cemetery road. But why allow the roads to deteriorate so bad? And I don't want to hear nothing about NLPD Day and why they didn't do it. I have never seen the new National Party allow roads to deteriorate so bad. Even though it might stay for a little while because they would say bitumen or whatever the material they need to fix the roads are not there. But I have never seen, the road is literally eroding. Why are you allowing it to reach to that stage? I don't understand. And then, so it's a number of things. The gangs are, I see them play in a roadway. They just have to put gangs there to walk, and they walk in there. So I know, and they'll come down and walk by the piece by me here. So I know for a fact that I don't know if they're going to invent grass and put by the road. Well, not invent, grow grass by the road. I don't know if just don't look for nothing. Don't look for nothing. And you still have people balling boots on the ground. I see the one in Carriacou put a picture up with a yellow boots. What the amount of nonsense that's going on in Carriacou?
Right now they want you who to stick their boots
and them in Mars with it. Eh?
They need you who to stick their boots and boss.
I don't know, boy. And the place, and they say, I see people putting up how we have walk and Grenadians lazy and they don't want to go and look for a walk. And
who's saying that?
You see in the intellectuals, people like I communicate with that should have a lot of sense and
no, man.
degrees.
They live in a different place.
and I saw a post where they say they go and check for windows, you don't have. So that means construction booming. They're looking for a mason, you don't have. That means and look and this and that and the other, and try and go and look for things because things are happening. And I'm like, well, yes, so that means you have employment for everybody, and the government don't have to create none for nobody, right? The government don't have to create none for nobody. So the stupid excuse they're giving about how we have things going on in Grenada or whatever, I think that is a farce. But all in all, I just want to say the many mistakes that are being made by the National Democratic Congress should be capitalized on by the new National Party. It's as I would have stated and many times over that the machinery needs to start putting the machinery in place. And the MPs who are quiet, all of the MPs who are quiet, I don't know what your strategy is. I'm not privy to that. But all of these things that are happening, now is a good time to be vocal. You need to be hearing you. So that if you are selected to run for a constituency, right, then it's not like, okay, well, when the time reach run, they hear your voice. Your voices need to be heard. Every single, people, you probably wouldn't have time every single time, but at least twice a month, once a month, a little press conference here to update the people. Yes, Andre, yes, Master Carl and others are trying their very best to enlighten people and to make people be aware of what's happening in Grenada. But you are a political institution, and you have members that was elected by the constituencies, by their constituents, to represent them. So don't stay silent and expect when time for you to be elected, to be the parliamentary elected to run again in office, you just all of a sudden have a voice. Your voices need to be heard. You need to be empathetic toward your constituents. You need to enlighten them on the failures of the National Democratic Congress. You need to come out and there's things that you need to do. So staying silent or in the background, maybe that's a strategy or whatever, but I can't see, well, you haven't been saying anything for at all, and then all of a sudden the bell ringing to come and then you want to come and hear and we have to hear your voice. We need your voices now. That's the point. That's why you were elected to represent us, represent us in the best possible way. Take 2 minutes of your day, of your time, of your week, of your month to come out and say, well, look, this bill thing. I mean, that should. I mean, a lot of people don't understand it. You understand, and I know that they're trying their very best now to enlighten people on what is, or what has been happening, or what is bill and what it's all about. But I mean, all these little things like the little road walk and all these things and them that people are accustomed to that they call in handout. I mean, you come out and you say, well, you know what, you blatantly you disagree with the fact that there's no jobs happening for the youth, nothing, and this. Come out and say something. Say something. Don't wait until when election come again, you open your mouth.
But you have to understand that
yes,
in opposition, you're not supposed to just be reactive and just jumping out and say things like that. No, hold on. You're not supposed to be just jumping out and just speaking. There are times that you speak, and there are times that you listen, so that when you speak, you can speak on a number of issues. All right? There was a press conference that Dr. Mitchell had. He spoke based on the questions that he was asked. He replied, he answered the questions that he was asked, and you will find that there will come times when different MPs and different persons within the new National Party will speak. What I think is most important and what the new National Party is doing now is putting all the constituencies in order. Because one of the things that you find people by, why did our convention? So NMP stupid to have convention and they don't have the constituencies, the machinery oiled? No, you can't do that.
But we have a political guru in Dr. Mitchell.
Yeah, but he alone can't do it.
No, I mean like
he alone can't do it.
No, with his experience, I'm sure he knows what he's doing in regards to getting everything back on track.
Right.
I'm sure he knows. But I'm saying yes, but I'm saying that there's mediums. I mean, you don't have to, like as you said, they don't have to come and speak on every single issue every time or all the time. But at least sometime make your voice be heard. They are your medium. I mean, Dr. Money.
Who's your rep?
Your medium is, far-reaching.
You didn't answer my question.
Sorry.
Who's your rep?
Well, I don't have a representative at the moment, but
Who's your rep?
At the moment, I don't have a representative.
I mean, you have a representative.
Well, I have Minister Horsford.
No. You have a representative. That's why I ask you. I was very careful. Who is your rep?
Oh! Lennox Andrew.
Honorable Lennox Andrew is your rep.
Yes.
So now I understand that you need somebody to speak in your constituency because nobody is speaking. So don't worry, but things will happen, and I'm sure that your former rep will be in contact with people and she's probably still right. So she will let you guys know what is happening, what is taking place, and how she will be organizing the constituency going forward.
Yes, I know, but the deeper with that is thing. But with the national issues, I was speaking on that regard. I know that they're doing what they have to do, but I'm saying that on a national regard, instead of just being silent, just
No, don't worry. But the things will happen. As they say, what's the new man? Give them some time.
Well, you don't want to give them some time. You want to give them 100 days now. The amount of things they're doing 100 days.
Well, 100 days gone already, 100 days gone. Anyway, I want to extend an invitation to you. Can you please join us next Friday?
I think this is long overdue, and I've promised, and I have not shown up, so I will. I will next week Friday.
You coming Friday?
Yes.
Thank you so
No,
very much.
I will. I mean, that's an invitation you have been extending for quite a while, and I don't think, I mean, it's not good. It's not good to deny that request.
Carl,
So I
what's
will,
now?
yeah.
Well, here now I have a bad news for you.
What's the bad news?
Carl won't be here.
Hey, where are you going?
I don't know. Ask him that. He would not be here on Friday. He will not be here.
Master Carl, where are you going?
Guav.
In Guav.
Before you go,
Uh-huh.
I need to get your input. You being a woman at the head of your household,
Uh-huh.
the situation where all these women have been laid off, 90% of all the persons who lose the job with the advent of this administration is women, single mothers, and so on. How taxing it is on the household?
Oh, Lord. You want me to... Well, I was one
No,
of
well,
them.
speak. I don't want you to speak.
Yes, no, I was one of them that they sent home.
Well, yes, so you could speak.
Yeah, without pay. And and up to this day, I'm trying to explain what is happening, and they're trying to justify why. No, let me tell you something, This is one of the toughest times for women and women who are head of households, in the fact that you have to, there's nowhere to turn. Nowhere to turn for anything. You probably, those who were on the stimulus used to get a little change that would help pay a current bill or help buy some food or medication. And those who are on the seed, that the extra $150 that was taken off, that, and then let me tell you, the $150 that come off are from the seed program. So those who used to get a little $225 with the $150 that added to the $75, they're getting back. They revert back to $75. So I hope you know it's not just $450 and go back to $300. It's those who getting a little $75 for bus. That was at the $150. It goes back to $75. So imagine $150 taken away from $75. So now you have to, that extra money is not there. So that's an extra burden. Now let me tell you something. Food price has gone up drastically. It has not. You put tax. You take all the tax on condom and you take all the tax on Pampers. You don't know which one you want. You don't know if you want people to prevent people from making children, or if you want them to make children. So you take all the tax on the condom, you take all the tax on the Pampers, and then now the tax is up on the sugar and the alcohol. So $6 for a beer. And let me tell you, even though you plan to buy a case of beer to sell, you have to find more extra money now to buy the beer, and extra money to you have to buy ice and all this kind of thing. So everything food-wise is a pressure. Milk, this, that. I mean, you go in the shop, chicken wings. I don't know how to explain. The prices are just exorbitant. Toilet paper used to be $150, now it's all $3. And a bar soap, well, soap isn't really thing, but things that is basic necessity of it all, there is pressure. And then you have the current bill. The electricity bill, everybody complaining about. Oh, they don't know what they're doing in their house. So now you have to, on top of the exorbitant prices of food, you have now the electricity bill to tackle.
And levy on electricity and levy on water.
Right. And then you have the water bill to tackle.
And then you still have VAT on electricity.
And then you have the little internet. Well, I mean, they didn't interfere with the internet. So if you had a little $104 you had. But then again, with all the increase of food, and you must eat. You must give your children something to eat. So with the increase of the food prices, even though if the food prices were reasonable, then you would have had an extra $1 to go towards bills. But then when you have $100 and you go in the shop and it can only buy about 5 items or 6 items, whereas you could have go with $100 and get a nice box, and then you could save a little $1 now to pay bills. That ain't happening. So the food prices, because it's so exorbitant, is affecting you the person from in their bills. Because then now you have to short pay on bills to eat. So So the single mothers are under dire pressure.
All right.
Dire need of help, and there's no form of empathy. I keep saying no empathy, no showing of, anything sympathetic or so toward the cause of the people who are sent home and who are home and have nowhere to turn. So there is no hope at the moment.
All right. Thank you, my dear.
Have yourself a wonderful day.
You too. Take care. Keaton.
Andre Donald. Watch. I asked that question against the backdrop of one. Out of the over 1,500 people this administration has sent home, 90% is women. And most of this 90% of women, they say, is head of the household. Eh? So they don't have income. Then they take the 150 from a lot of the same household. Eh? In some situations where they make them go, they don't pay them, like those who maybe was on faith organization and CJs and others. They don't get paid. Cost of living is what it is, and the Prime Minister understands that, because we have a clip where he say is worse than before, cost of living. And it brings me to the big question. Is this present administration anti-women or anti-women government? Because women happens to be at the brunt of every bad decision they take. Marketing board. You talk about Carrico people. The women, they make all the go. Talk about the women, they take the keys from in Carrico. So every action this government takes is about women. So I want to know if it's an anti-women thing. And then as the caller quietly thing, they remove the thing on Pampers and condoms. So pick your choice. Which one? Because we need to strip that down. You know? Not just saying that on the face of it, Andre. How much women have prominent roles in this present party in leadership and government? Few. If you put a parallel with the NNP government, is no contest. The NNP had more women in leadership and by numbers in the government and party. Mm-hmm. So if you draw the parallel with the other party and so on. So is that the real reason why this NDC party and government is so harsh on women? And Andre, there are questions one has to ask. Because if you heartless without pain could make all these people go, all these women go, added to what some of them would be receiving the 150, you take that. Then what you put on them is levy on electricity and water. VAT on electricity, 7.5%. Cost of living, things go up. The basket of goods the NNP brought in and say we go zero rated, you don't improve all that. The measures of freight was not intended for these 1,500 people you may go, 90% of which is women. So what you're saying, Andre, you don't have a heart where the women concerned? I don't want to suggest, but like Mr. Pedro say, like you intend for them to go and open some business or their business. And when we come here on this parliament, it's not about persons and personality, Andre, it's about issues. It's about issues that is affecting the Grenadian public. So when some say Grenada are nice and so on, lie. Because the ordinary man on the ground cannot attest to that. Because we understand cost of living, Andre. Those of us who has to think. But we have a clip there with the PM, Andre. I want you to line it up for me. When you talk about the cost of living and thing, because you see, I have one. It's like, yeah, that one.
Okay. If it's that one, then let's play. This is real FM radio.
Global pandemic continues to adversely affect global supply chains and increase the cost of food and fuel, and worsen an already high cost of living. In light of all of the above, no one is coming to save us, we must save ourselves.
Concerns regarding the bill in particular.
So the Prime Minister, in his address around the end of the year, admitted the global situation and how it would affect this country. And he alluded to the fact that it was worse now than then. Now, the way the past administration dealt with cost of living and so on was, one, the zero rating of food items in the basket, two, capping of gas, three, the 150 under the seed program. So these was measures for cushioning the effect of the cost of living, Andre.
You have a call here. Let's take it.
Yes, take the call.
Good morning.
Morning, how are you?
I'm okay.
Yeah, I just called to say good morning to you.
Okay, thank you very much. Have a pleasant day.
You too, dear, thank you. You know who's speaking?
No.
This is Jermaine.
Oh, hi. How you doing? Accept my sympathy.
Thank you very much.
All right. Well, I guess I'll say see you soon.
See you soon.
Yes, take care.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Get cards on call from friends you don't even know.
Like a rhinestone cowboy.
To this you day, man. Yeah, Andre. But this administration, recognizing the fact that cost of living has gone up, Andre, listen to some of the measures they take. Make over 1,500 people go. 90% of which is women. Put levy on water and electricity and add a 7.5% VAT on electricity. Take keys from the women for houses in Carriacou and make some women go claiming about some political meetings or wearing a political affiliation. Uncap gassing. Andre, we was at this station here. And when gas was uncapped, we warned the administration that is not a good measure. Correct. First of all, bringing it down to $12 mean you didn't take in enough for the government to help with plans and programs. And two, when it start to go back up, it go be too much. Now it passed 15, the cap. They shut down MNIB. They bring in this data legislation to try to muzzle the people. Because they know they go put people under pressure and they don't want people to, so they're using that as a threat. Now this data legislation is a level of forcing. Is to put the population in fear. So when they're doing shopping is, men go afraid to talk. That's the intention of that data legislation. So they go threaten people with that. Then they remove the 150 from the seed program after the present Prime Minister was so eloquent in the campaign, quoting the World Bank report about poverty and poor and 650. Then they're taking photos all about. That's the name of the game. Boots on the ground photos every weekend having fete while the Grenadian public under pressure balling. Yeah. Presenting work for the boys and the girls. Men selling RAV food. Nothing happening. Men getting 2.8 million from GDP and they lying and doubt it. And that is the remedy this present administration brings forward for cost of living in Nigeria. So you see, nothing here is for the small man, the ordinary man, the unlettered man, those they call needy and greedy and poor and dunce. Nothing here for them in Nigeria, Donald. And that is the hallmark of this present administration. And then they hang on to transformation, oppose thing when you're in opposition, and claim it as yours when in government. Let's take the call.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Andre.
Good morning.
Mr. Andre, a listening call without all the measures that it takes to hike a living. But one thing I didn't hear you mention, you didn't mention the $40 million stimulus that everybody enjoying. Even the gas men enjoying around $17 million. when I said gas, the drivers and so on. Then getting $2 over every gallon of gas that I
They're getting what?
cost living measures.
How much they get?
$2 over every gallon of gas that I.
Who getting that?
Who gets that?
Every driver in Grenada.
But how come I buying gas and I ain't getting that?
So they're discriminating against Andre then?
Wait. Let me tell you.
Tell me.
The NNP used to charge $5.50 again. This government charging $3.50. So who getting the $2? Are the drivers and them? Let me tell you something again. See, talking about the levy on electricity. Then people cut the thing in half. Instead of paying 15%, they're paying 7.5%. Mr. Andre, you must know that.
Okay.
In the groceries and things, they have about 19 items with a zero rating, meaning that you only pay the cost, you're paying no levy to government. And you're talking this kind of nonsense. In the NFP days, you had seven items out of zero rating. Now you have 17, you have 19, but it's zero rating. So when you're talking, you must realize everything. Anyway.
One question I want to ask you. Before you go. You there?
Yeah, I right here listening.
What was on June 23rd? Huh?
Ask the question now.
On June 23rd, what was the VAT on electricity?
Huh?
On June 23rd, last year, what was the VAT on electricity?
The VAT on electricity.
June 23rd last year.
Over 100 was 15%. Was 15%. But they cut it in half across the border.
Caller, go and get your facts right.
June
20. No. You talk. Listen to me now. June 20. Listen me, man. You see, I'm talking stupidness. Let me continue talking and listen. June 20. Andre. June 23rd, for listeners, there was no VAT on gas. As a matter of fact, on electricity also. So I don't know where this caller getting this thing. There was also 25% non-fuel charge. All that was there. So this caller, you living in denial.
I really and truly.
I shouldn't even answer him too, because what he talking now is of no moment. Yeah, Andre, so these are the measures taken. But what is instructive, even with him being misguided and misled, he couldn't doubt none of them, Andre. And that is the crux of the matter. So I say anytime you call in here, call or give you information or present facts. Don't just come with your own ideas of what you believe. We deal with facts here. You just come in and say what you think happening. Come factual.
I sent you something. I like to send information for people. I sent you something.
I had that information already.
You had it?
That I could speak bold. And that I could challenge the caller. And that I ask him the question, what was he vatting? That wasn't just ask him, And the non-fuel charges and so on. That I ask him.
You see, I since after they put my picture in the newspaper and I'm looking so nice, Carl, I want to behave like a good fella. What do you think? Yeah.
You could only
normally.
You could only be you.
No, normally he ain't getting this. I find out they're taking advantage. I take advantage. Don't do that. Don't do that.
But that caller real brave to just call the radio and talk that utter nonsense.
That, man. Oh, we got to 69 likes. Come on, I want to see 100 likes today. What's wrong with you guys? Are you gonna let us go over the next half an hour without the likes? No. That ain't making no sense at all. Please, do I have to now beg?
Do I have to say?
Yeah? If I have to beg, then tell me I have to beg. Carl asked for 100 likes. Give Caesar what Caesar want. I mean, I ain't understanding that at all. How could you How on earth can you stay all this long time listening to us and not like it? Sure you like it? Come on, man. No. Hey. So, come on. If Carl say he wants 100, this is the first time he has ever asked for anything in relation to likes. The first time he has asked for anything in relation to likes, and you don't want to give him 100? That's all you're asking for. 100. No more, no less. 100. No, when I started to speak, we was at 69, right? We're at 79 now.
What? They hearkening to your voice, man.
Come on. 80. You getting there? 20 more. That's all. 20 more. And there's so many of you viewing. I'm going to read a comment that may be on Phyllis Matheson. What is she saying? Good morning, guys. Great program as always. I see GDB set up a tent in Karakou in the market like they have some kind of drive and playing some weird music, anti-NNP songs. Yeah. That's what the Karakou people say, Carl. They say they're playing weird music. Weird. W-E-I-R-D. Weird music. Anti-NNP songs. Good morning.
Good morning.
How you do?
I saw thanks. The arthritis have me swinging. But you see, me is an old woman, and I want to think the light because one time you are too TV, and if ever I could think, I'll put up, I'll give all the lights, but I don't know.
You don't know how?
No.
I can't tell you what, because you see, with different devices, is different ways of doing it, so I can't tell you.
One TV is TCL.
Okay.
And the other one is I don't know, that is one, the other one is one the fan come.
Okay.
And it's a big one.
But you'll have to get someone around you, one of them youngsters in the house.
I don't have youngsters in the house.
Well, get a neighbor.
Me and God what living here.
Well, get Godson, the neighbor. Yeah? Somebody will have to help me because I can't tell you how to do it. I have to see what device you have and then I could show you how to do it. I can't tell you over the phone because I don't know what device you have. I know it's a television, but I don't know how your thing is set up.
All right.
All right, darling?
All right.
Take care.
But I would really like to do it.
Yeah, I know that. Don't worry. It'll soon come.
Yeah.
All right, great. It's real. It's 91. Carl, we have a WhatsApp caller. Good morning. Hello? Hello? WhatsApp caller. Good morning. Okay. Doesn't seem like you want to be a part of the program, so we'd have to move on from you, Carl. What do you think the figure is now, Carl?
85.
95.
Gee.
Come on, people. What's up with you? Carl says he wants 100. Give him 100.
On page 29 of the budget statement for the year 2022, as presented by the Finance Minister, the Chancellor of the Exchequer, Honorable Gregory Bowen, Finance Minister as he then was, the new National Party in government instituted the following measures to curb the rising costs in electricity and to bring some relief to people. Removed VAT on the first 500 kilowatts of electricity consumed by household. Of the caller listening. Remove the environmental levy on the first 500 kilowatts of electricity used. Reduce the non-fuel charge by 20%. What did the current Minister of Finance and Prime Minister do? That's what I want the caller to listen. As soon as he came in office, he removed the 25% discount on non-fuel charges. On page 61 of his budget, go and read. I've given her the place to read it. I don't want her to take my word for it alone. On page 61 of his budget speech, this year the best budget as I call it, he reinstated VAT at 7 points. It's a put back. That means he wasn't there for the consumer effective February 1st, 2023. he reinstated the environmental levy of $10 on those customers effective from February 1st, 2023. So the government and its policy is to increase electricity cost on the Grenadian people. Carla, if you don't believe me, go and read the budget document. Yeah, let me hear. Let me hear you, Andre Donald.
101.
What, Andre? Them people I'm listening to you, man.
101.
You're breaking a record?
102 now. Thank
so
you.
I hope you listen.
Thank you very much.
And don't go about talking on truth or things without making sense. When you call back here next time, talk the truth. Or talk with some facts. Because I challenge you to challenge me on facts, not on your opinion. We're not here giving opinion, we're speaking facts. On a matter of concern.
Thank you very much. Thank
is the RGPF. Now, in recent days, we've received information that the acting Deputy Commissioner of Police Stafford Appear has been demoted to the rank of superintendent.
Is demoted the correct word to use?
Or
reverted?
Reverted, but I'm speaking for everyone, all and sundry to understand.
Yeah, reverted.
No. Acting in the rank, he acted for more than 1 year in the rank.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
The 17th of February was 1 year.
Okay.
His appraisal, the yardstick by which you judge the performance of any person within the RGPF, is from 1 to 5. 1 being the lowest, 5 being the highest. All aspect of his appraisal was between 4 and 5. That's been from 90% to 100%. So when you talk about performance, he performed with distinction.
Okay.
When you speak to police officers in stations, branches, they will tell you he was one and only, bar none, that would come around and visit them and they would get some form of relief. They believed in him. They brought their complaints to him because it said, the day your juniors stop bringing your complaints to you is two things. Either they believe you don't care about them or you can't help them. But they believed he cared. And he cared them, so they used to go to him. He was senior in the rank of superintendent to the two persons they made ACPs.
What is an ACP?
Assistant Commissioner of Police.
Right.
So he was senior them in rank. He performed with distinction. And is the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Go and ask the police officers about him. There's a notion running now that they don't know where to put the gentleman because he has influence. So if he has influence, he performed with distinction. The rank and file recognize he is one that helping them. What is the reason for reverting him? May I ask PSC?
I could tell you.
And PSC, yeah, let me hear.
They don't want help from China.
Oh, okay.
Because remember, China gave him a big...
and I fuck Andre Donald. China recognized the gentleman.
Yeah, so they
in recent times.
Yeah, so they know if they send him up, Carl, the Chinese will do so come, as they say, come bearing gifts for the RDA and don't want help from China.
So
no help.
He brings me to that Andre Donald. In recent times, we heard the whole shenanigans has to do with the legitimate Commissioner of Police, Mr. Martin. Now we're hearing about the deputy being reverted. Now we're part of the RSS and it has Grenada, I think, is the chairman, as the chairmanship of RSS. So they're watching.
Let me say something to you.
The Brits are youngs watching.
Let me say something to you. You should have never said to me that Grenada had the chairmanship of the RSS. Because we committed a blunder a couple weeks ago. Remember we sent some officers off to
St. Lucia.
St. Lucia? Before they got their call, before they left our shores, and before other officers of other islands left their shores, Grenada tell them bandit and them RSS coming. Grenada. The Prime Minister is on record as saying that we send enough help to St. Lucia, and I'm not against sending enough help, you know. But you can't tell the bandit we coming. The bandit ready for us.
By me scared of tongue, eh?
That when I heard the gentleman say that, I'm like, he go back to Bernard Code's statement. What it is? Youthful exuberance and what again?
Inexperience. Arrogance.
And lack
of knowledge.
Inexperience, arrogance, and lack of institutional knowledge.
But anytime you're making decisions in mischief, Andrew, that go happen. And all the decisions this administration making in mischief.
I couldn't believe that. Now let me go back to this this gentleman who was reverted to his position. He's not the only one that married to opposition. He is not the only one that married to opposition. So I am waiting to see all those who will get reverted. What is the opposite of reverted, Carl?
Promoted.
Promoted. So he get reverted. I want to see you getting promoted. I want to see who getting promoted.
The question I would ask, out of all those persons who was acting and refused, and they stopped paying them from since September last year, I want to see how they go treated, because they all have been active for more than 1 year. I want to see if all will be reverted to the substantive rank. I need to see. And that is my concern as it relates to the RGPF.
I say to Mr. Pierre, you have been reverted, sir. Everybody know that you have the ability and you did not do anything wrong to have you reverted to your former position. It's just spite and bad-mindedness. However, sir, Grenada will live to see you not just getting back that position, but going past that position. Grenada will live to see that. I tell you that, Mr. Pierre. You are honest and you are a God-fearing man. I think it is my good friend Messi who stopped coming the program here, Carl. My good friend Messi has it on his vehicle. No weapon that is formed against you, Tafa, could prosper. No weapon.
You need to go a little further.
Tell me.
A lot of people just put up this thing, no weapon that shall form against you shall prosper. But you have to be grounded. Eh? You know, grounded in the ancient of days, saying no weapon can prosper is just old talk, bluster.
What are you saying, Messi, don't grounded?
No, I'm just telling you.
I want to say he don't grounded.
I'm just telling you. If you want to say that matter entirely for you.
But I ain't say it yet.
But a lot of us say no weapon form against me, but you have to be ancient of days. And I believe the goodly gentleman, Mr. Pierre, is grounded in the ancient of days. Added to the fact that the good gentleman been to this position before. He's what I thought, he's one of the persons that call a seed, Andrew. Anyway you plant a seed, it's gonna grow. Now, between 4 years, 7 months and 19 days, they tried that with Taff already. They send him in Carriacou, and everywhere they send him, he blossom. So the same thing go happen now, because one term they go make. So hold on, my brother.
Listen,
hold on, my brother.
I like this one. Our PM has no empathy and is indifferent to the people's plight. His demeanor bothered me greatly when he reported our recent crime to the RSS. His visage did not match the gravity of the situation. That person like that.
Because why is the mashing of the RG? Criminals having a field, you know, man could just walk and shoot man in Governor, and then you still don't know who. And you know what is mind-boggling to me about the whole thing in Governor, and I'm about it, you know. We was here on this program before when the NNP was the administration of the day, and there was some issues with some fish place in town in Guav, and then we have another issue where the ACP, one of the ACP now had was walking and with the people of God, he was condoning, and who had gone in waste, showing off something, who roadblock,
Who light fire,
light, all that, you know.
And who they on the phone saying, come up here, man, come up here, we up here.
But man there and I don't see nothing. And I must say that, and yes, I said it, so if I want to vex, that's all the business. When was legitimate time or reason? And the RGPF go around Andre. Fire, light, road, block, man lie down on the road. ACP begging men, what time I'll go come out and block the road? All kind of thing happening. Not a drum or so. Not a battle pelt. No fire get hot like no judgment. The man with the gun in the waist, I don't hear him. The one that had the gun in the waist walking up and down. He busy to talk. He like to talk. I don't hear you talk how the man are dead in Gov now. Talk now. Go on the place and where it be and talk about it. If it's some nonsense where to come and talk because of some radio station you could know. Go and talk now. When you inciting people and you are going and they're free to take it from you because they well know. The same ACP now. They well know what was in the works. I'm talking about now. A whole man lose his life now. None of I don't say nothing. You know they on no program talking about it.
Your friend Matt, who lives in the US,
yes,
wants an explanation again, the difference between reverted and demoted.
Well, for you to be reverted, you have to be in a particular rank and most time acting. So I'm gonna use the example to the gentleman here. He was a superintendent of police, and then he was appointed to act in the capacity of deputy. Now, after acting for some time, what usually happens, you get confirmed in the rank based on performance. But based on politics now and decolonization, they reward the gentleman because the only crime is his wife is an opposition parliamentary. That's the only crime, because we know that was coming. The same newspaper, Andrew, were highlighting. They're speaking about him out 5 years now every week. So they finally achieve what they want to achieve. They revert him. The motion now is he was in a particular rank, and maybe because of disciplinary reasons or other reasons, they demote you to the rank lower than where you were. So, example, if you was a inspector of police and they demote you becomes a sergeant, that's with disciplinary matters. Revert could be only disciplinary matters. It could be politics, like what we see now. It could be decolonization, like how we see now. It could be transformation, like what we see. So, Mr. Pierre has gone to transformation. That transformation is a violent change from one thing to the other. Like moving from a killer to a butterfly.
Butterfly, yes.
Tough, but use a seed. I ain't afraid for you. I don't want no concern for you, Tough. I don't afraid at all.
I just...
Be deliberating whatsoever, because they are available means afforded the gentleman. For example, he could say base appraisal in the rank. You have to offer me the rank. Because reverting me cannot be only for political means. The gentleman could look for some form of redress if he so chooses. But being who he is, I don't know if he might want to go down that road. Because the battle is the Lord's, and the Lord go fight it. And Tough stand still. I know the judgment of the Ancient of Days. They go say it's Obia. Remember that. I can't remember I say that on radio. So, Andre, we seen the whole decolonization of the RGPF. So I hope the ex-commissioner, the worst one, are passing the force. And the two past superintendent, the ex-superintendent, I hope all are happy now. I hope you're glad now, because it seems like all are getting all the way to damage the commissioner of police, the creature of statute one. get to revert the minister's husband because I already telling people that. So he was not no surprise to nobody when that happened, $100. But the guy's a seed, Taff is a seed. I ain't afraid for him. Why you watching me like that?
No, let me tell you something, brother. I will take the phone call, yeah. If I tell you anything. Good morning.
Good morning to you, Mr. Donald. Good morning, Mr. Carl Keaton. It will be a miss of me if I don't say hello to you, Lord. Right? It's a wonderful program. I really enjoyed it. But I'm a bit busy this morning. I can't make so much a contribution because my daughter just arrived. So I had to give her some to eat. No, I can say hello to you. But at the same time, I'm feeling a pain in my heart when I listen to this elderly gentleman. He in his 80s. He went to collect his pension, and it's 2 months now he hasn't received no pension. What do you want him to do? Tell him to have a heart for the elderly people, the pensioners. He got no other income, no other source of income, only that. And they hold it back. They tell him, he asks him, when am I going to get my pension? He say they said you don't know. He could come back next week. But it's not true. I know it's a lie. And a lot of not any money. That is not right. So this government better check themselves. Because I know the time come, they will feel sorry. Even this present moment, our minister passing people, even saying hello. Normally before election, he running up to you and he's saying, hello, good morning. Him having a conversation with you. He visiting you in the hospital. No, he passing you straight as an exam. This is Carriacou. Carriacou is a small country. It's just small little island. And we get to know everybody. So when you pass him, you say hello. Because when in the beginning, if you don't say him hello, he used to be objective towards that. He never liked that. But now he'll pass. My daughter just arrived. He could have said, welcome to Carriacou. He didn't even say that. She was on the same flight with him. Say, welcome to Carriacou. He never even said that. He never even said to her father too. But before, he was on the one side of the road and he's shouting. He's shouting, hello, hello. He's making himself known. But that's how we come down to. But remember, 99 days for the thief, 1 day for the watchman. And when we catch the 1 day, we catch them good. So you two have a nice weekend. And it's nice listening to you, Mr. Carl, beautiful. Mr. Donald, beautiful too. I like it. Anyway, I'm listening. You take care.
Have a good
God
one.
bless you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Yes, Andre Donna.
I'm read for you something that was written. The first one says, Taff is a God-fearing person, so the Lord will reel with his gang of 9. I don't know. Let me read this other one, which says, if they do that to Taff, to police officers that was successful in the exam and are perceived to be NNP supporters.
School children say they were holding back the promotion because when they do the analysis, the ex-commissioner, the worst one, are passed. And the 2 ex-superintendents going around and vetting people. And based on the information, they conclude, as school children say, that most of the persons who score high, they say them is NNP. And school children also say some didn't do exam or any prime minister detail. That was school children say. So they want to know, is it a fact that they want to promote some of them and skip them even in the rank, to pass them to corporal? I don't know. So they say that is the contention because they know when they do that stupidness, what the court go. So they contemplating whether we let the court decide or we just hold it back.
Says here what? Taff, God is good. God is with you. Always believe that.
So what is artisans?
What you have to understand here, and for every one person that you see comment, Carl, that is the view of 100. So if you see
5,
well, if you say you that's your thing, but I say 100. So if you see 5 persons comment, that's like 500 persons commenting here in support of Taff and giving him that encouragement. I love that. I remember, and Carl, you would remember it too, that there was a young gentleman who fell off a vehicle, a police vehicle.
Yes.
And he was high in praise for the manner in which he was treated by
Tafa
Pierre, because he said he get tired. Tafa call him every day like if he don't understand what's going on, man. He said every day the deputy commissioner call him in.
If you get to know Taff, Andre, you'll recognize Taff is one of the most genuine guy there is. Now, I don't attach good to people loosely, Andre Donald. Because according to my friends, my friend KB, he's more thief and criminal and thing, and no. But Taff, our peer, is a good guy. Your next guy around your friend, Terry. Julian,
he's a good guy.
These are good guys. They don't bullshit people.
Yeah, Terry's a good guy.
Who tell you what you want to hear. When they speak to you genuine.
Yeah, Terry's a good guy. I know that.
Watch.
For a fact.
There's no secret. Me and Taff are very good friends. Andre Donald, let me tell you, myself and Taff friendship was born out of debate. Taff was, I think, in red, Brooks, and I was in Toppings, yellow. And we used to debate Police Week.
Yellow fellow.
And when we leave, because both of us was attached to stations in St. George's, especially if sometimes we have to come and debate in sorties on the sort, we debate the debate on the bus. And then we go in the hall and debate. And then going back home we debate. So that thing felt like Randy Dick. We had this thing. And Taff, he's a guy who don't bullshit people. Taff wouldn't argue with you because he's a friend. So you have a lot of objective thing. I'll call Taff, I'll say, Taff, says what? And I expect Taff give me advice well thought out. So, Andre, if you look at Taff appraisal being in that acting capacity, only 4 and 5. That means only 90 to 100. And if you watch, don't take my word for it, drive around this country and pass in police station and ask them how tough our pay.
We've got a caller though. Good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Yeah, you have 2 minutes.
Yeah. Mr. Caton? Okay. Who is responsible for the Commissioner of Police and the Acting Commissioner of Police? Isn't it the Public Service Commission?
Yeah, but who advises the Public Service Commission?
Okay, well then.
Because what we have to take notice of, this present Prime Minister spoke about Public Service Commission long. When these people are most on the board, when he say, when you want something, telling you otherwise.
Yes, I know.
So, he's saying what he wanted, don't happening. Because see, somebody the commission did not argue because some people are historic by the name. What is historic? Something standard to be sought out.
Okay,
and we see these historic people being promoted now.
All right.
That is my concern because he said so.
Yeah.
All right. You got your time.
Another time. Okay, well. But anyhow, well, okay. And another day I'm going to give the rest of us.
No problem, my brother. Take care. Have a good one.
You too, man.
Okay, great. Carl, let's wrap it this morning. What is I'm going to ask you 2 questions. First, what is your biggest takeaway from this morning's program?
The call from Brenda. Because you see how sober she dealt with the issue. One, if I deal with the issue or you deal with the issue, they go say we lens green.
Mm-hmm.
She had no reason to put on any colored lens.
Okay.
And she dealt, and the facts she presented as to the opportunity the speaker had, more than one opportunity, so to inform, and what is customary and what is the practice. It was sobering for me. The second one was those comments we now receiving about Mr. Peter Forpe. So it is not something that we say and other people object to. A lot of persons understand it the same way and recognize it just political victimization or deconization, as we call it, to victimize those who you perceive do sort you. What was your takeaway?
My takeaway would have been the same, the sobering call from Brenda. But you have already dealt with that. And I would have also gone on the whole issue as it relates to Tafor Peer and the love and respect that is shown for him as a human being here in Grenada. But I want Grenadians to realize, and this may not have been said this morning, but I want Grenadians to realize and to understand that when you have a function, when you have an event, if the event is not a public event, but it is made up, if Eagles, Super Strikers, if they have a meeting, it is not proper for a member from Hard Rock.
Why is Hard Rock?
To go sit in the meeting with me.
Spy.
I say to people, be very careful of what you do. I have had my experience, and you know about it, with Cami. When she was a member of the National Democratic Congress. And what happened? In Telescope, that is history. But I'm saying to you, if you do this, you are exposing yourself. Hamlet Mark called me when the National Democratic Congress was having their event, i.e. convention at the McDonald College a couple weeks ago, and say, yo, I need some assistance because of personnel. And I say, Hamlet, no. I am not prepared to go in that event because of the hostility that emanates from these people. So I will not go. And I will not send any member of staff in that situation. So hence the reason why he didn't get anything from us. Carl, when you go to another man's function, especially if it's a private function that he's having, what you're doing is provoking the man. I want the RGF to act accordingly, because they would have received reports of what transpired. And I want the RGPF to act accordingly, because there must be somewhere in the Bible that says, don't provoke some anger. Someone in the Bible say that?
You don't have to go in the Bible to address that. Listen.
No, I ain't finished. I want the RGPF to be mindful of what is happening. Because one day, not Congote, one day, someone will get serious damage. And someone will have to go to jail for that.
I just want to add this small matter. As if somebody go in jail and somebody go get damaged, but in law, provocation is a defense, eh?
Okay. I didn't know. Thanks.
Even in murder.
109. Just let you know. You got it.
Andre, in law, provocation is a defense.
I don't think I need to say anything more. I don't think I need to say anything.
I don't say no. It's a topic. I don't. I mean, I have my concern, but the individual is somebody I don't want to give no light
No,
at
you
the
get no
table.
light at the end. That's why I mentioned no names, no nothing. Not even where it happened. I'm just saying.
Try that with me, brother. Try that with. I say no more.
What you say when you talk?